All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform where all wrestling matters. And we got a lot to talk about here in the world of TPW, Texas Promo Wrestling, whatever you want to call it. But I'll tell you what, matches tomorrow, boy, if it's anything like last week where we saw some new champions, buckle up those seatbelts because it could very well be a bumpy ride, especially when it comes to the likes of Killshot. He's always a name. How about our new world champion Scars, Michael Scars? How about B Smooth? And how about Chris Cowabunga? Cowabunga, dudes? Boy, there is so many things to talk about here in the world of TPW. You know I'm going to bring up my old friends. How about the likes of Chase Sullivan? How about some guy Gunshot, Nathaniel Rage? And there is certainly going to be a huge rage coming up when it comes to our owner because there is a lot to talk about. And if you're out there right now watching this in TPW land, if you haven't yet got those hype promos out there, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you tag buddy. Make sure you do these promos while you're not driving. We'll talk about all of that because after all, it's now time to get this show on the road. You've been waiting for it. I know he's been waiting for it. Finally, we have somebody here who might have better hair than me, but I am now going to give him that introduction since it is TPW's time, and TPW has most certainly helped build Sportswire Radio to over 1,300 plus subscribers on YouTube. Let's get this show on the road. Forget about the SEC championship game. Forget about the Big 10, the Big 12, whatever they all call it. It doesn't matter. It is now time to talk TPW on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station. So with without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one global sports show. He is the man. Some people call him Rocky. Some people call him Texas Red. Some people call him Ronald. But most importantly, he is the one and only owner of TPW, a.k.a. Texas Pro My friend, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? That was quite the intro. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying this new thing the last couple of months. I'm trying that, almost like as if I'm, gargling water or brushing my teeth or afterwards.
Yeah, loving it.
Trying some new things, but ask me after the show with my voice. No, actually, doing great. Good to be with you, my friend. A lot to talk about. I am very excited to always talk all things related to Texas Promo Wrestling, TPW, and certainly a lot of matches to get into and some familiar faces we've had here, obviously, the last couple of weeks on Sportswire Radio. Some other names that should be here over the next week or so that I think you'll certainly be tuned into. But let's start off here nice and easy. For those that are listening and watching here in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage here where all wrestling matters, Sportswire Radio, certainly TPW helped build this platform. Whether you want to call yourself Texas Red, Rocky, or just Ron here, tell us what we can expect tomorrow in another action-packed full of promo matches that we're all going to see unfold tomorrow night.
Expect the unexpected.
Well, That was pretty much unexpected for you to say.
Right there. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the gist of this game. Expect the unexpected. Uh, at any given week, anyone has the opportunity to beat anyone in Texas Pro Wrestling. If you really put your mind to it, a rookie can beat a legend, and a legend can beat a rookie.
Well, I was watching you. It was funny. You made a joke that was it last week's results that they were going to take you an hour to announce, and everybody got all worked up there a little bit. But certainly, yeah,
Yeah.
you've got some new faces that have really excited me. I'll put the match card up here. We'll talk about a couple different names and certainly makes your job tough because last week, I mean, you really had some tough decisions last week. There, I saw.
Oh yes, yeah, all the time. For the past, let me say, month and a half, maybe 2 months now. It's been nonstop, just hard decisions after hard decisions on
It's almost like the
hard
Dusty Rhodes promo, hard times. That's almost it was like
It's
hard
hard
times
times,
every
but it's
Sunday.
good times. It's hard times, but good times at the same time. I'm really happy that that's my struggle.
How do you deal with that though? I mean, every week it's almost like I mean, I was watching you. It was kind of comical in a way, but I felt sorry for you in one retrospect because you're talking about these matches, and it was really like you were saying. I think a couple of them like both easily could have won, and you
Oh,
have to pick a
yeah.
winner.
So before I go live with results, I start doing results maybe hours beforehand.
I'm
Sometimes
sure.
I try to do them throughout the week, but so many people wait till last
Well,
minute
you have
to post their
45
stuff.
people on your roster, right? 45
Uh,
people.
48 now.
40. Okay, it was 45 last year. You have 3 new names.
Yeah,
Okay.
48 now. It was at 50. We did make it to 50, but we had a
Wow.
few people retire.
Yes. Well, we had one guy who was here who obviously had a retirement ceremony not too long ago. I did watch Mr. Zach Clark, who
Yeah,
back here on Sportswire. Yep.
yeah. Congratulations to him again. Um, but it's hard. So especially on Sundays, I have to make sure that my schedule is clear. From like maybe starting at like 1 p.m. all the way till 10.
Wow. I would have said you would have said to me like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I could buy that. I could see 5, 6, even 7 o'clock, maybe pushing
Yeah.
it 9 hours. Wow.
I used to do that when we first started getting. I'm sorry. When we first started to get new people, I used to start around like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then as I noticed the roster increasing, I was like, oh, I'm going to start a lot sooner than just 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It's going to be 1 p.m. because people post them throughout the entire day on Sunday. A lot of people wait till the last minute. So I'm constantly having to go back and rematch matches. I mean, rewatch matches. And then the chat, they're so active in the chat because it's
You had 20
Sunday.
people in there, right? On
There's,
Sunday
huh?
results. You had 20 people watching you on the live for results on
Oh
Sunday.
yeah. I mean, it got to like 25 people watching me on Sunday last week for results, and I was amazed by that. That's like the most I've ever had when it
Wow.
comes to this. So that was just so cool to see. Everyone was really just waiting for it. The chat was very active last Sunday. Like I had to constantly stop watching promos just to go check on chat, make sure there was something going on. So it takes a long time to get down to these results because I have to watch promos over and over and over again because everyone's so damn good.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you have a great roster, and I'm going to certainly, put the match cards up for a second. But let me ask you one question on this. And I didn't ask this to you last month, but why not then just make everybody put their hype promos out and their match promos out, say Saturday instead of Sunday, instead of you crashing for 9 hours and going through hundreds of these? Why not just that everybody has to put them out? Wouldn't that make it easier?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
So wouldn't it be easier for you if you just mandated everybody instead of Sunday, let's say Saturday as an example? So that way you have Saturday and then Sunday and then I'm just curious because I mean 9 hours, that's a long day. I'm just trying to think
It
if
is a long day, yeah. It is. And see, throughout my years of doing this, I've tried different methods. Everyone has lives. Everyone, is doing different things throughout the week. So sometimes people have to wait till last minute. Yeah, I've tried. So hype promos are due on Saturday. So
Okay.
technically, you have all the way till Saturday to post your hype promos, and I love when people post them early. Here now lately, since I've been talking about it and complaining about it, I was like, hey, start posting them a little early. It helps me, judge your matches, more effective.
Makes
Because I
sense.
get to watch them. I get to watch them throughout the week when I'm at work. Slow days like that.
Okay, all right, that makes a little more sense. And as everybody comes into the chat, we'll talk about a couple things here. So I'm going to put the match card up here in a minute, and we are
Okay.
here with the one and only Mr. Texas Red, Rocky, Ron, whatever you want to call him. And let's put it up here. I
Oh,
have it.
I
Yeah,
go
whatever
by
you
many
want.
names. Many names.
Many names. You're a man of many
Nature
names.
Boy
You got
too. Nature Boy
well.
too.
Well, you're the nature boy. I'll certainly acknowledge, but let me get to the stuff here we'll talk about. So we have it here right in front of us. So here we go. In the last month of 2024. So let me share my screen now. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So let's talk about a couple things here coming up. And obviously, major typo there. You put 1-7, but we knew it was 12-7, 12-8. So let's
Oh,
talk about a couple things here. We got Jerry Main here, our TPW championship celebration. So I'm sure that's going to be a hype and a match promo in itself, right?
no. He's actually just gonna. It's actually not a match. So he just won the TPW championship at the pay per view last week, and
Mm-hmm.
so he's gonna just celebrate it. He's gonna celebrate his win. That's what
That's
he has
kind of
going on for this week. He's
well. Sounds interesting. It definitely sounds interesting. I'll just put it that way. But obviously, congratulations to him. We'll certainly
oh yeah.
move on from that because a couple of things I want to talk about, but we'll go one by one here. We
Mhm.
got Chris Cowabunga and Tyler Simmons. Chris Cowabunga, I mean, we've heard Zack Ryder be referenced here, and we've seen quite a back and forth. I got to say, this has really caught my attention here the last couple of weeks. And what can we expect here from Chris Cowabunga and Tyler Simmons? This is starting to really get personal here, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. And when Chris first started, uh, he didn't really know what he was doing. I'm gonna be honest. He needed
Okay.
some work. He finally got a mentor in Standard Demented, and I mean he's been improving. I mean he throughout the weeks he's been doing so good, and I'm happy for
Yeah,
him.
they had a
Really.
nice little back and forth, Tyler and Cowabunga.
Yeah,
I really
and then Tyler Simmons,
enjoyed
he's also new. This is his second match, I believe, of his career. So he's still starting out. Um, but he has a few good one-liners. I will admit that.
I think
Good
there's been quite
one-liner.
a back and forth here for sure. No question about all of that they've had such a back and forth. But then when you have two up and comers,
Hmm.
what are you looking for here in an outcome? Because obviously both need a victory here coming up.
Oh yeah, big time. Both do. Um, honestly, what I'm looking for, who wants it more? Who's willing to go the extra mile to make their promo more effective?
Hmm.
Who's willing to put in more passion, more love for it? And their hypes right now was good. They're great. Tyler put out a match promo 20
Yep.
a minute right after. So usually we don't do that. So right now it's in uh Calabunga's court. It's his match it's his match to lose at this point.
I'm gonna watch it here.
Chris
Yeah.
Cowabunga. I heard what you said in your promo. Lower mid card. Well, yeah, I've been told that here and there that I'm nothing but a lower mid card. Well, I know a lot of other lower mid cards that have gone on to do special things. Zack Ryder went to WrestleMania in a ladder match and won the Intercontinental Championship. So, talking about lower mid carders, you're talking about one of the best. But we're gonna see what you're made of here, real quick.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Taylor
you can tell he's
Simmons.
definitely. You can tell he's definitely new.
Yeah, but I think Cowabunga is the guy that got my
TPW.
attention.
we have another Ninja Turtle comment. Have you not been paying attention to the product, Tyler? I mean, you're saying the same thing that everyone else has said. I mean, I know you've been gone for a week. But come on, man. And it's funny you mentioned Zack Ryder because just like him, after this beating that you get, they're going to release you. See, I'm going to beat you so bad, they're not going to know what to do with you. You're going to have no direction in the company. You're just going to be the guy who helped build Chris Cowabunga. You see, I'm on a roll here at TPW. I'm riding this wave to the top, and it just won't stop. You see, I am Chris Cowabunga, a wave surfing, title lurking, promo hurting kind of person. And me versus you, that's a win for certain.
He's got something. We'll go back to
that right there is confidence, man. See that right there? He has so much confidence in that promo, and that was just great.
Cowabunga's he's got some fire. I just think Cowabunga. I think him and Elias Deranged, they caught my attention a little bit, but especially Cowabunga because there's something. He's got the hair, he's got the look.
He's got the flow too.
He's got the ability to have some star power. He caught my attention.
He does.
Obviously, we'll see a little bit from Tyler more in the future, but we'll obviously see more of that. I'm going to get to somebody else here next. The chat is here. I'm going to get to the chat in a few minutes, but let's get to different matches. Yandere Demon and Raphael Fireblade, obviously normal match. These two have quite a history here in the company, and I expect this to be another big match.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Another big match. Definitely looking forward to that. Jahil Fireblade, another normal match against Flotz. Another match, Jahil Fireblade, a guy spoke a lot about the last couple of weeks on Sportswire. Definitely expect big things here once again. And then there's a person here that has caught my attention a little bit. The Truly Righteous Soul Star. The Truly Righteous Soul Star. Somebody I was watching last week, and I actually, full disclosure, had a conversation with not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what do you expect here from the Truly Righteous Soul Star against the Demon Savage here? Well, this is going to be a fascinating matchup to me.
So when I try to do these matchups, I try to give everyone a fighting chance because not everybody is on the same level as everybody. And I felt Truly Righteous Soul Star and Demon Savage could put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Truly Righteous Soul Star, his gimmick is great. Religious type. I love it. Mm-hmm. And the way he plays into it, he selects a different song each time for a competitor. And then Demon Savage, he's been in TPW in and out. And this run, I feel like it's going to hit different for him. And if he beats the Truly Righteous Soul Star, I mean, this could be a major win for him. And the same thing could be said for the Truly Righteous Soul Star as well. It could be a major win for him. They definitely need it.
It's one of those where it's basically like the winner here could really build some momentum going into the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, big time. Because the end of the year, next year, that's when all the big pay-per-views happen. That's when our WrestleMania happens. Our Rumble. Our Rumble is going to be the biggest Rumble in TPW history. With the roster that we have, we're going to have maybe a 40, 50-man Rumble by the time.
Well, it's funny you said that because when I heard that how many people you have now, you said 48, right? Last week was 45.
Yeah, 48.
I mean, could you imagine a Rumble with that many people? I mean, that's just
Last year's Rumble was about maybe 25 people, and that was really hard to do. And that was done in Discord. And to know that it might be 50 people, maybe 60, because I like to go all out for my Rumbles. I like to get people who haven't been in TPW for years to come back for like a single appearance at the Rumble, just like how WWE does it. You know what I mean? And so I like to go all out.
And I would think that's got to be so hard for you because you talked about 9 hours it takes you to prepare match results, but a Rumble's got to be what? Days?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I am not going to worry about it until it gets to next year, and we're like maybe 2 or 3 pay-per-views away from it, and then I'm going to start start planning on what the hell I'm going to do for it. How am I going to actually do this Rumble next year?
Okay,
'Cause,
fair point. And I'm going to obviously ask you about a name that decided he's returning to the promo world in a little while. I'll get to that in a little while. We'll certainly come back to that. Let me get to some more matches, and obviously we'll come back to some different things. KSK, I see KSK all the time on my feed. I'm always trying to figure out how to translate what he's saying, and I'm sure you have a more difficult job with that. But he is in action here against Larry Lightning. KSK always seems to be popping up on my Instagram feed. I have no idea why. Maybe it's just my timing for you, Ron. You tell me if it's anything different for you.
yeah, he's always popping up. He's always popping up on mine too. I mean, he is a busy person. He's an active person.
I see that he's
Pro
wrestling.
wrestling, yeah.
He's with you guys, and he does other things. And yeah, he's a go-getter. But he's gonna have to make sure that all his stuff comes in before match time, and we'll see.
He needs this win. Oh my, he is on like a 3-match losing streak right now. He needs this win. He just lost his open weight championship at the pay-per-view to Johnny Chaos.
Well, he now is going to certainly look to enact his own chaos here. We'll see if Larry Lightning starts that. We'll have to find out. And then there's another matchup here that I have a lot to say on here for a couple of reasons. Number one, we have the Devil Nathaniel Rage. Nathaniel Rage is obviously somebody that's all of a sudden recently has kind of caught my attention, figuratively and literally, and a man that certainly needs no introduction. I'll just say that he's sort of a friend here, but in some parts of the wrestling world, he's certainly, people have their feelings, but I consider him to be an okay guy. That's the Anarchist Gunshot here, and this will certainly be a big match here, and I have no doubt here that Gunshot will be a lot more than what some people used to call him here on this platform a while ago, Squirt Gun, but the Devil Nathaniel Rage will certainly enact some of his rage. And what do you expect here now that Gunshot's around here in TPW once again? Talk to me about what do you think here?
Well, Nathaniel Rage has been around for a while on Facebook, actually. He's recently just come over to Instagram. He's in my company, and he's on a 2-match win streak right now. He actually he lost his first match against Lucifer, sadly, but he's bounced back. And if he wins this third one against Gunshot, I mean, he's gonna have big momentum, going into our next pay-per-view, Armageddon, at the end of this month. Gunshot, he's up. One thing you can say about him is he's a big talker. A big talker.
Yeah, that's what they've said about him in the wrestling world.
He's a big talker.
I think he means well.
Yeah, he does.
He means well, but, a lot of people in backyard wrestling, obviously, they have their opinions. But, I mean, it's a match that really, again, both guys get a win. It certainly springboards them. They definitely have names. And Nathaniel Rage, I mean, I want to put his promo up here because he's a guy that seems like really is caught some attention of late. And I'll play a little bit of it here for the audience.
Yeah.
So let's take it here.
Can you hear the silence? Can you hear the water trickling down the streams? Ever so peaceful here in the forest of the Mystic. You would never know that there's monsters beyond your imagination. You would never think in a million years that there really was horrific things here, on how peaceful it is. But I can assure you, we are many. So, Anarchist, go ahead, put that gun to your head, and I'll simply pull the trigger. See, because I don't worry about the consequences of my actions. Because I'm dangerous. I'm a threat to not just you, but this entire industry. That's the reason why I'm a multi-time world heavyweight champion. That's the reason why I've ended multiple careers. That's the reason why I'm going to put you on the fucking shelf. I'm the type of individual, the sick, demented individual, to rip out your throat and eat it in front of you. Take your veins and pull it from your hands and turn you into a puppet for my instructional forte. So go ahead, say what you want. do what you do, but I want you to look into the eyes of a sociopath and know that you are stepping in the ring with the guy, the embodiment of evil. Because I don't have to look up or down or sideways. I can look into your eyes and instill fear in a way that nobody has ever been able to do. I didn't earn this name for being nice to anyone. I earned this name because I ended fucking careers, stomped heads in, and made pathetic, puny little jobbers like you actually superstars. Because one match with me will either make or break your career. And I'm hoping it'll make it. Because I'm gonna break your fucking bones. So go ahead, management, I'll give you the luxury now. Fine me. Because I won't be responsible for your boys' hospital bills when I'm done. We're waiting. All you have to do is find prosperity in me.
I tell you what, I don't mean
That
to
was
say it
powerful.
this way. I will say that there are people in the backyard wrestling community who would probably be cheering him on and wishing he would figuratively and literally do this to Gunshot. I would disagree, obviously, but I could definitely see some names and individuals and familiar faces and people you probably even know that would certainly be saying, wow, Nathaniel Rage certainly spoke the truth about Gunshot. I don't necessarily know if I would say that, but that was a rather powerful promo there. There was some power there. That was powerful. I tell you what.
Gunshott's going to have a lot to deal with, this week. He was talking in the chat saying that his last competitor, or maybe the one before that one, wasn't as good as him. And I was like, okay, I took it to notice, and I was like, you want someone great? I'm going to give you someone great. I gave him Nathaniel Rage. And see what
Yeah, I've heard the story before. Gunshot challenges some of the biggest names in backyard wrestling, and then it turns into something else. He either doesn't show up or he wrestles and something happens goofily. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised that this happens? But this guy, Nathaniel Rage, he's definitely going to be the, let's just say, Rage Against the Machine toward the anarchist.
Yes, he has brought the Rage Against the Machine, and Gunshot has
and
a lot.
it's going to very well be the detriment to Gunshot if it looks like so far. Maybe Gunshot has something up his sleeve.
Maybe. He's a multi-time champion, a world champion, and mid-card champion here in TPW. That was back in the early 2020s. Here in the last 2 years, though, it's been a little bit of a bumpy road for him. But this win could definitely...
Well, that mimics his career in the backyard wrestling circuit, pretty much. That is definitely very similar to his backyard wrestling run there. But, yeah, very interesting matchup. I got to say, the Nathaniel Rage really got me interested there. So we'll have to check that out again.
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple more plugs, but let me run through the rest of the card before I give a plug to somebody here in a little while. Alejandro, Ajax, and B Smooth. Another match. B Smooth was on here on Sportswire Radio about almost 2 weeks ago now, and we certainly had a lot to say with him and Alejandro Ajax here, not to be confused with Ajax, the cleaning, disinfected, whatever, the detergent. I forget what it was. I should probably use that for my mouth after that. But Alejandro Ajax definitely caught my attention this week, and B Smooth is a man I definitely know very well, and he has had a lot of success. Obviously, we know him from his Fed that he obviously is a huge part of, and obviously owning and with Hunter, and who we'll get to as well, the Unforgiven Soul. But another intriguing matchup here.
Yes, Alejandro Ajax, one of the rookies. He's improved a lot since he's gotten here. He was in a fatal 5-way for the IC Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. And sadly, he didn't win. It was him against PJ on top of the ladder, and he just couldn't bring it home. But he's right there. He's right there. And with this match against B Smooth, I mean, he's put out some different cards, and I love the way that he's improving. And here in due time, he's going to win a championship. It's just a matter of when. And then B Smooth, he lost against Jerry Main.
Yep.
Number 1 contender spot for the TPW championship.
Talk about that here last week. He's obviously a huge part of CPF World War Zone, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a man that's, I see him all over the place. And RPW, you guys, his own company, and I mean, he's looking to certainly make a name for himself once again to get back on into track to win more championships. But a lot to prove of both guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Beast Move definitely want to get back into the world title picture, especially after losing to a rookie. I mean, that would absolutely just make me mad.
Well, for sure, especially, we talked about it at the beginning. Sometimes these things do happen where legends lose to rookies, and Be Smooth was one of those examples, and that's why Be Smooth is going to want to be a lot more smoother here and try to get back here and get a victory against.
Occasionally, when you get new new promo classes, each year, sometimes you just get that one generational promo artist that are just miles and miles above legends and the other rookies. It just comes natural,
What makes it then where you get that generational once in a lifetime talent? What makes that once in a lifetime generational talent for you?
Willing to understand their mistakes and improve on them, and having confidence. If you don't have confidence in your character or what you say, you're not going to make it in TPW. Simple as that. Or willing to get out of your comfort zone, willing to go the extra mile. If it's a falls count anywhere match, go do something. Don't just stay in your room. Go explore the city. Jerry Main went around and explored the city against his match. Oh my gosh, it was a falls count anywhere match against Devin. I believe it was Devin, and he beat Devin, and it was crazy.
Well, I think that we just saw what Nathaniel Rage did. We saw Chris Cowabunga. You talked about the confidence there, and I think that in anything in life, I have a background in covering college sports. We just had on a soccer coach the other day, and confidence is a big thing. If you have confidence, even if you don't have the most talent or you don't necessarily have the best skills or the most God-given talents, that can help you overcome. And when you get those talents based on practice and repetition, that's going to make you one of those dangerous once-in-a-lifetime talents. And I don't know if Alejandro Ajax is that guy, but this is a really intriguing matchup.
I definitely believe he can get to that. He can get to there.
Yep.
If he's willing to improve his one-liners and come up with different ones and carry the story more of who he is.
This is a message to every wrestler in the TPW. I want you all to know that when I was up on that ladder with PJ Cool reaching for the Intercontinental belt, I admit I was thinking to myself, this is too easy. It can't be this easy. I was overconfident, and PJ Cool, the internet virgin, to his credit, took advantage and knocked me off the ladder. And as I was falling from the ladder, a new thought emerged before I hit the table below. They won't see me coming the next time. So I want everyone to know I've been in this company for a month now, and already I was mere fingertips, mere inches away from the third most important belt. In 2 months, I'll have 2 belts. In 3 months, who's going to stop me? My plans for the future are happening faster than I can fathom. My stock is rising faster than anyone in that locker room, and my ambitions, they have not been stopped, not by a long shot. My plans for domination in this league are going by without a hitch, and you amateurs, you peons, half of which can't stand me, and the other half want to match with me, you'll never see what's coming next. You'll never see what I have in store. So JB Smooth, I want you to put another steroid in your bloodstream and another ham sandwich in your cake hole, because you are not prepared for the next stage of the era of Ajax.
I gotta tell you, I think he's got potential. I will say that I think he's a little bit more ahead of the curve than even Cowabunga. I watched him. He's got the look. He's got some fire. You talked about confidence. This guy, Alejandro Ajax, might have that confidence.
He screams it.
He's got the look. He's comfortable there. He was able to come up with some quick one-liners. He was witty.
And the best thing is he carried a story. In that hype promo that he posted right there, he carried a story.
I tell you what, he was fine. I got to be honest, I want to see more of him. I mean, because
see that right there, him carrying the story, the ladder match, him losing, and then him explaining that, and then him just absolutely just in a smooth way, no pun intended, going into his match again to be smooth, just beautiful the way he did it. And I complimented it. I told him, I was like, dude, that was great. That was one of your best hypes I've seen.
Yeah, that I tell you what, this is going to be a barn burn. You want to talk about matches where you're going to have a really difficult time, I think, in coming up with a winner. I mean, I have a feeling this one's going to be that. I mean, Be Smooth obviously needs that win, but Alejandro Ajax really caught my attention. I mean, this is a guy, I mean, he talks about 2 months winning multiple belts, 3 months, who knows. He's definitely a guy, in a Rumble coming up would be really intriguing. You talked about that Rumble. I know we're a ways to go from the Rumble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're, man, I think it's in June.
Yeah, he's ways to go from that, but he's a guy, he's going to have some moments. I don't know if he's the generational talent just yet, but he's got some fire. So I think that's another intriguing matchup here. Let me get to a few more here because we got a bunch of I want to get through. Really excited about some of this. And if you are here, please follow Texas Promo Wrestling, Texas_promo_wrestling. And hype promos are due basically right before midnight Central Time. Match promos are due by 9:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, and results are at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Although I'd have to think if you release your match at 9:59,
I mean it's same thing. Same thing.
I gotta be honest at this point, Rocky, Ron, Texas Red, whatever you want to be called. If somebody gives me their match at 9:59, you lost. Forfeit. I mean,
you lost, yeah.
I forfeited. I mean, what are you gonna do if the results are due at 10? What am I supposed to do with that?
I usually have to extend it like an extra 10 minutes if that's the case, and that's why I tell them like, hey, better wait till like last minute. Try to do it throughout the week.
I mean, last minute. If you said like 8:45 your time, 9 o'clock. All right, I could buy that. It reminds me when I was in school. I was in government. I took law class, and I, struggling to get my term paper in or coming up with my constitutional, journal assignment. All right, made sense. But 9:59. I mean, you really think you're going to win after that? But all right, well, whatever it might be, we'll move on. We talked about KSK, Larry Lightning. We talked about Nathaniel Rage and Gunshot. Spent a lot of time on this. Silver Tuxedo and Tigalorius Maximus that's going to be a fun one. That's going to definitely be a good one. Looking forward to that.
That one's going to be very creative.
And the man we just heard a little bit about from Alejandro Ajax, PJ Cool and Fierce Danger. What do you expect here?
PJ Cool. I mean, he just came off winning the biggest championship of his career so far in TPW, the Intercontinental Championship, defeating Rob. Rob was champion for months.
Yep.
And Fierce Danger, a legend of TPW.
Maybe you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. Maybe because we couldn't get Rob onto Sportswire is why he lost the title.
Maybe so. He was too embarrassed.
Actually, no, it wasn't the case. We had a scheduling issue, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm playing.
Go ahead, continue.
And then Fierce Danger, a legend of TPW when it first opened up, and he's now come back, and this could be a big win for him. Defeating the newly crowned champion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That could be a big win for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, really intriguing match. Obviously, PJ just wins the IC title, so certainly you don't want to have a bad day. And
no, you don't, especially on your first week as champion,
Yeah.
First show.
That's a very, very good point. Let's come back to a couple things here. Another guy that's really caught my attention against a man that was recently here, our hardcore champion, the Unforgiven. So obviously Hunter was here, who I know is in the chat. I'll get to him in a little while. And he was here last Wednesday, and we had quite a bit to say about that then. But now we're going to see him against the guy, Elias the Deranged Chef. He is a guy I've seen a couple times on your page. And a non-title Extreme Kitchen Rules match. Now, I know we have a chef here, but is this a first in TPW to have an Extreme Kitchen Rules match?
Yes, this is the first.
I knew that was the answer. That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, this is the first time that's happened. So last week I was looking at his match,
Mhm.
and I was thinking, I was like, well, you know what? He's a kitchen chef. That's his gimmick.
Yep.
I was like, well, let's put him something with that. Let's put him in a hardcore match, but let's not put him in a regular hardcore match. Let's put it in a kitchen themed. Why not? Bring out your little, your knives, your utensils, whatever, pans.
Yeah.
I
This is
want to
so
see.
funny. This is so funny to me as we're here with, of course, the owner of Texas Promo Wrestling, Mr. Ronald himself. And what's so fascinating to me about this is I actually just covered a match on Thursday, which I'm going to have one of the guys wrestling it here in the UK on Tuesday in a Home Alone hardcore match, which is basically kind of reminds me of this. It's literally, think of like the Home Alone movie, all those toys and all those things are going to actually be in that match between Strange and the Vigilante and CCW, and yet you've got an extreme kitchen rules match. So, like, what are we gonna see here? We're gonna see are we gonna see promos conducted with like knives and promos conducted with like forks and spoons, or like how does this work?
I'm hoping. I mean, that's what I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping to see some people bring out some knives, some forks, some pans. I mean, whatever, crock pots, microwaves.
Wow.
Refrigerators? I mean, anything. It's a kitchen. It's a kitchen. If it's in the kitchen, it's useful.
That's fascinating. That's good.
So these are giving out hints. I'm giving out hints right now as we talk. So if anyone's watching,
are you like grading them on like how many like kitchen objects they have in the room?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not grading them off how many objects. It's just how they incorporate them.
Gotcha. Okay,
like if you show up, like if you tell me, hey, I want an Extreme Rules match, right? And then you come up with me with a match promo, and all you're doing is sitting down and you're talking, and there's no weapons involved. You're most likely not going to win that match.
Yeah, see, I would just think, okay, we got to incorporate a fork, a knife, a refrigerator,
something different. Stove. Yeah, something different. It doesn't have to be like 5 different weapons. It could be 1 or 2 or 3, but it just depends on how you incorporate it. Make it make sense.
Thinking about me when I do the intros, I haven't done as much of them recently, but when I introduce somebody coming on to Sportswire, I would have like a fork in my hand or like use a knife to like do the introduction or something like that. Have to be something clever. So, and Elias has definitely caught my attention. He's another guy
actually posted his hype. I think there's
I saw it and I watched it actually. Yeah, I watched it before we went on the air, and I'm going to put it up here for the audience. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, so this is his hype.
The unforgiven soul. I'm your salvation. I'm here to defeat you in an extreme kitchen rules match. The problem is, what version of me are you going to get? Are you going to get the light? Or are you going to get I can be your pain? See, the thing is, there is another side. There is a more psychotic side than the guy that sits behind you. He wants to save. I want to destroy. And me and you in an extreme kitchen rules match, that means anything goes. That means if I go across your head with a spatula, you will feel it. But if I use this piece of dish and just go all day long, do you understand? You're messing with someone who's not worried about losing his soul. My soul is okay. My soul is already wrapped in the pureness of chaos and liberation. Your soul may be lost, but in the ring, everything will fall back into my hands. Soulless or not, I will take everything from you. Let me cook.
All right, he's another one. Let me cook. Let me cook. He used the objects.
Yes.
I mean, this
was. And then his outfit
he's
too.
Definitely cooking.
His outfit too.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely. I mean, if you're Emerald Lagasse, get out of the way. If you're Rachel Ray, get out of the kitchen because Elias is going to cook. He might be a deranged chef, but it could certainly be at the detriment.
You gotta let him cook.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what,
Soul.
he's gonna definitely.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna
Unforgiven
definitely.
Soul has a lot to deal with this week.
He's got a lot to deal with, and we got a lot of people here in the chat. Now, hang on tight. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. I'm going to get to you, but I want to go through a couple more things here in the card. I'm going to tell everybody. I got some plugs, so hang out with me. So that definitely, he got my attention. He definitely got my attention. That's a good thing. Also, here, let me go. Yep. Now, this is another person, the Puerto Rican punk Lyra Limber. Lyra Limber. I'm going to say it here now. We're a little bit behind on this, but I'm going to do it. Lyra Limber is coming to Sportswire Radio. Not this year, but next year. Lyra Limber coming to Sportswire Radio. But in the meantime, Mr. Limber has got certainly a huge task ahead here coming up against one half of those tag team champions in Leviathan Martin. Boy, this is going to be a war.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Lyra? Is it Lyra?
Lyra Limber.
Lyra. Man, his name, it always gets me. Lyra.
How do you
for some reason,
I do this every day. His names I get put out there. Yep.
For some reason, it's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why. But Lyra, I mean, he's been in here for a month and a half, and he's improved a lot too. He was inches away from winning that hardcore championship. He was great, just nearly. But Unforgiven Soul pulled it out. With this match, he needs this win. Le'Veon, he just came here. He filled in Devin's spot because Devin retired. And so Lucifer needed a new tag team partner, and he was like, hey, I'm available. I made it happen. So he has big shoes to fill. Really big shoes to fill.
About that. Yeah, definitely. And Lyra Limber is obviously needing a victory for sure. And that's an exciting thing because Silver Tuxedo is here. I got to give a shout out to Silver Tuxedo.
Oh, yeah.
Here. So tell me what we can expect here.
Coming into this week, I was already thinking about these two having a match together. I knew that they would create magic. Des Cade, he is the actual guy that does Silver Tuxedo. Yes. He is just
he shared my link 2 weeks ago with Darius, and he's here in the chat, and I wanted to give him a nice little plug. So Silver Tuxedo is here, and that's why I wanted to talk about it.
He's an absolute genius of a person, a promo artist. He's a great friend. He puts in the work, and he doesn't take no shit, man. You put him in a match, you tell him what do you want, he's going to show up, and he's going to go all out. And then Tyglorious, I mean, I just love his character. I love his outfit. I mean, you can tell that he's a workhorse, and him going against Silver Tuxedo is going to be just one hell of a match. In my opinion, it's going to steal the show.
Ooh, well, I think that's very exciting. Another reason why everybody should go to Texas_promo_wrestling. Also, Silver Tuxedo's on YouTube. Please give Silver Tuxedo a follow. I'm going to get to everybody here in the chat shortly here, and I do want to get to Silver very quickly. Thanks for the love. Can't wait for this match. It's going to be so fun. So that's another reason why we should go out there and check out the Texas Promo Wrestling Instagram page, because tomorrow night, all of this is going to unfold. We're going to see who's out on top in the war coming up here to go into next year, and just more stuff out there. So that's going to be another reason why you have to follow all these great individuals who do so many great things here. And we got one of our trios champions are back against a man that I know very well in Chase Sullivan, a man I've interviewed, actually. Chase Sullivan, another interesting name in the wrestling world, in the backyard, in the underground wrestling circuit, but he's back here in TPW. And what do you expect here?
Well, I expect a lot from these two people. These are two legends of the promo artists. Chase being, one of the founders of promo wrestling on Instagram, and then Travis Back. This is his first time being in TPW. So he's technically a rookie, all things considering, but we all know that he's not. So these two are going to put on one hell of a show. I don't expect anything less. Travis, don't be driving and promoing, bro. I told you.
I'm going to ask you about that when we get to the chat because I was really like interested on that. But
Yeah.
he's not going to be driving against Chase Sullivan. I know Chase Sullivan. I have interviewed Chase Sullivan before, so I know Chase Sullivan can talk a little bit.
Oh yeah, and I'm really excited to see what Chase does. He really needs this win. Same with Travis. You know, this is he won the trios championship. That's a great way to start out his career in TPW. Winning this match after winning the championship, you know, he won't have that championship hangover.
Yeah, you know what? And it's interesting you said that. We just had PJ in his match. We spoke about the same thing here, and it's the same with Travis Black. Very, very fascinating points there. So we'll see what happens. And again, yeah, no gimmicks are needed with Chase Sullivan. I know that very well because I have seen him in different places. I know in the wrestling world, he has certainly been a formidable champion. He's won championships, and he's definitely held his own. And our new United States champion, Elliot Creed against Sloth Jam Williams.
Elliot Creed, there's a lot of things to say about him. I'm really proud of Elliot Creed.
He's come up a few times over the past few weeks on Sportswire. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. He doesn't give up. He puts on a fight. He shows up every week, and he does not complain about the result. He's been in TPW for a few months now. And he's had a few opportunities, for a few championships, and he's come out, on the short end, sadly. But finally, his luck changed at the Unforgiven pay-per-view, winning his first championship here in TPW. And like I said, let's hope he doesn't have that championship hangover and lose, in the first week as champion against Sloth Jam Williams, another up and comer. He's a rookie here in TPW, and he has put on a show. He actually posted his hype promo as well.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. It's fascinating that you've got new champions here who, in the first week out, have to almost figure out now, okay, you work so hard to get on top, but now to stay there, you got to almost work twice as hard.
Exactly, because the grind doesn't stop here in TPW. And winning a championship here in TPW, it's going to be very, very, very hard to win a championship because there's a difference between a championship winning promo and a non-championship winning promo. There's miles and miles above, the one each other. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm thirsty.
Listen, we're gonna get to the chat. Don't worry about that.
Been talking a lot.
But I got the point. The point is that there's a lot of pressure to stay on top.
Oh,
there's a lot of pressure to go out there and to continuously perform every week. And we're gonna see no different here. I know there's some people here in the chat. Well, I'm gonna get to the chat. That way you can go get a breather here. Let me say hello to some people.
Yeah.
Off the screen. Well, you go get yourself a drink. We'll have for the next half an hour. Before I do anything else, I want to give a plug. I gotta give a plug, but let me do that now before I get to the chat. I want to say hello to my very good friends over in beautiful Dix Hills, Long Island, here in New York, because I have to give a plug to the 5 Town Sound esports program. Got to give them a huge shout out. They just opened up their YouTube channel. They're on Twitch, twitch.tv/5towns_sound. They're also on YouTube at FTC_esports. If you like Twitch, you like gaming, esports, all that kind of stuff, go out there and watch some of their matchups. They play a whole bunch of different games. They play Madden. They play Super Smash Brothers. They play Fortnite, all the different stuff that I play almost very little on, and we're going to certainly see more coverage of esports and other things. We just had a guy, Chronic Gaming, come on here and talk about his raising money for some good causes here, including for the veterans and women and things like that. So he's done that. Now, in the meantime, I want to give a big shout out to Coach Evan Leader. Evan Leader, of course, is the man behind the esports program. He's taken over there. That's their YouTube channel. So if you can, do me a favor, go out there. Please support the 5 Towns College esports program. So I'd appreciate that. FTC_esports. Hit the sub button for that. Let me go to some of the chats here. All right, so let's go here. Zilla's here in the house.
Hi,
Obviously,
Zilla.
Zilla's always here. She wants to say hello.
Yeah.
The BCW, I mean, there's only a handful of them. I'd have to get everybody on the same schedule. I mean, she's talking about Ben Salem Championship Wrestling. I mean, we'll say never, but you have to get everybody in a room. That's always. Sometimes it's like herding cats. To get everybody in a room, it's almost like herding cats.
Oh, I get it.
Speaking of the
Hi,
man that we
Hunter.
spoke about quite a bit, of course, our CPF World War Zone leader here is here. Have no fear. Mr. Unforgiven Soul Hunter is in the house, and I'm sure that certainly got you fired up because we spoke quite a bit about him about 10
Oh
minutes.
yeah, that's my hardcore champion in CPW.
The hardcore champ is here, and the owner is right now with us. So we certainly want to say hello. And hello there to Ethan. Hello there. And
Hello,
TPW
Ethan.
loves Jerry Main. Loves Jerry Main. Yeah, we definitely love Jerry Main. Everybody, yeah. Speaking of people, I know is in the house, Mr. AJ Storm.
Hello,
Storm.
AJ.
AJ Storm is definitely, we're going to definitely get you on to Sportswire Radio. I want to make sure that we give him a shout out. Also, Nathaniel Rage has been watching throughout the evening, and he has certainly been lurking in the shadows and probably to the detriment of the Anarchist Gunshot. But the good news is I'm not in those crosshairs. But
Oh yeah, thank God you're not.
Well, I've seen Gunshot on this platform, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he was here once, and I don't dislike him. I do try to give him, positive
How did
advice.
that go?
I think he's a nice guy. I just think, unfortunately, to a lot of people, when you go out there and you tell people you're going to wrestle them, and you don't show up, people, they have their opinion there. But I don't dislike him.
Yeah,
Really.
you put in a bad taste.
I think he's a young kid. Everybody's got to have their own issues and start somewhere. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for that. Thank you. Zach Clark, I was speaking to. I think I mentioned Zach.
Hello,
We owe an
Zach.
appearance again to come back. I don't know if it's tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. If not, it's going to be during later in the week about Zach Clark. But stay tuned. Possibly tomorrow. It just depends. But definitely, he's going to be back here in the next week or two. We're going to definitely get to that as well. Silver Tuxedo says hello. The Devils is in. Yes, the Devils is in. And I definitely do like horror stuff, and I'm happy to talk about it. So if you want to hear it, you want to hear anything on Sportswire Radio, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at the Sports Report 2021. Check me out on YouTube at Sportswire Radio 6579. I'm also on Twitch at Sportswire Radio, TikTok at Sportswire Radio, Facebook at Sportswire Radio, X at Thomas Bryce 2017, Tumblr at Sportswire Radio, Facebook at Tom Bryce. So you want to have something to cover it out there, let me know. Let me give a big plug to House of Rage Productions.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Big plug on YouTube. Let me make sure all my people on YouTube get some follows because that's the name of the game. I got a bunch of people now in the chat, so let me make sure we do that. And Nathaniel is here, so let me give Mr. Rage a nice little plug because this is actually his YouTube channel. So let's get him now to 100 subscribers. He just got 1. He's going to get 2 more from me. So you're at 97. You want to see some of his stuff. You can see it all on here. It's at House of Rage Productions. Very simple. You can see some of his stuff here.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like what he's doing in PW, House of Rage Productions, he's 3 subscribers away from 100. And I'll definitely bring him on to Sportswire Radio. We'll talk about his horror work. We'll talk about some of the videos. We'll definitely talk about, I'm sure, his likely victory over the Anarchist Gunshot. Oh, now Gunshot wins after that. But yeah, see, there you go. That was clever. But check him out. He's got a really good page, and I will give him 2 more subs when we're off the air, my Sportswire page and the other PWF page. So he'll be at 99. But if you're here right now, give him a sub. It's House of Rage Productions. So that's that. Hello there. Hello for Silver. Yep, just had that in there. Yep, I know that Des guy. I haven't lost a match yet, but I hold the record for most ties.
I don't know about that one. We've had some ties in the past.
But he's saying the record though. He's saying he holds the record.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Do you guys keep like record books of like wins and?
I've tried for so long.
It's hard, right? Yeah.
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very because I have to update it every week, and sometimes there's times where I just can't. Yeah,
that's kind of like my Tumblr. I mean, I update my Tumblr blog like every 7 months, 9 months because I just don't have time to sit there. I mean, I'm here every day, but
yeah,
I understand. Can't wait for our chat. And speaking of people that I can't have him here right now because I got to go through a few more matches with you. But Anthony Steele was a topic almost 2 weeks ago because, as you know, Mr. Titus was here, and you certainly were very encouraging about Anthony Steele, who's wasn't so much of a controversial figure for a change last night on Sportswire. He was actually just talking normally, which I think he should get more credit for. I tell him all the time he should get more recognition for his wrestling skills, his ability to talk and help other wrestlers, his passion for this sport, and rather than when he comes on here and shoots on like somebody's past or somebody's background, but he does a pretty fairly good job on a number of different things, and he's also made it known that he's coming back to the promo world like his hero John Cena for a 1-year retirement tour. And I know that you want that tour to come back into TPW. So
it's happening. That's all I can say.
You want to say toward the Anthony Steele return? I mean, Devin Adams might be out, but Anthony Steele's coming in.
It's so funny about that. Devin Adams is back.
Well, Devin Adams is in and out. Now he retired and now he's in.
Yeah, but, I don't know, man. I don't. But when it comes to Anthony Steele and his retirement run, I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun booking these matches. He's going to have a lot of input on who he wants to go against.
Oh, he'll definitely have a lot of input, just like he does in the wrestling world. He has his
input on what he thinks. But at the end of the day, it comes down to my final decision. Right. Mm-hmm. And I am going to take in mind it's his retirement tour. I want to make sure he goes out. But if he wants to make it to the top, he's going to have to earn it, just like everybody else is. And he knows that. And I'm not saying that he's not going to do that. But
now I do realize that since Anthony would be back in TPW, it'd probably be for everyone's best interest involved if we didn't see Anthony Steele versus the Anarchist Gunshot in a promo battle.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of history there, which I won't get into tonight, but I would just say it would be for the best interest of all parties to not have Anthony Steele and the Anarchist Gunshot, maybe even Anthony Steele versus Chase Sullivan. Just saying,
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Okay. But I do have to ask you, which I'm sure you're going to get asked a lot about this, that since Anthony is back in the promo world, he's back for another year. He's obviously going to, I'm sure, have quite a retirement tour. He's going to certainly have a lot to say on that. And, December 29th, which is his birthday, he's going to be here in a few, well, he'll be here, I'm sure, a lot before then, but his birthday is coming up. And I believe Titus is going to be here as well for that. And I have to ask you a question, which I'm sure you've been thinking about. Do you think there's a possibility of Anthony Steele and James Taylor in the promo world one more time?
Probably. I mean, with James Taylor, he used to be in TPW back in the early 2020s, like 2021, 2022. I think if persuaded in the right way, I think I can pull it off somehow. Okay. I mean, with me, with how I got TPW so big is, I don't let you say no.
That's a good point.
If you say no right now, okay, I'll text you in a few months.
That's a good way to look at it. I mean, I think that that's a very fair and persuasive way. And if you want to follow TP, that's the Instagram page. So
I respect James Taylor, and
James helped build this platform, and
and if James wants to be part of the Anthony Steele retirement run, I'm down to have that.
Well, something will tell me that James Taylor and Anthony Steele would have a lot to say on that. But in the meantime, I'll get to some more comments. Yours was good, Steele. Steele is getting some exchanges. A man that I'm going to get to in a few minutes. The rest of the match is left. Killshot himself, the one.
Hello, Killshot.
Anything you want to say toward Killshot?
You ain't got no shot.
I'm telling me that he's going to have plenty of shots, and he'll always.
I'm playing with you, Killshot.
Yes, I know that. Zilla's saying hello to Anthony Steele. She's very happy to see Anthony Steele. We're very happy to see Killshot. I've got a whopping 2, Rocky. You said me and Dem was the first ever tie.
Oh.
Get 2 ties.
Fair enough then. All right. I don't want to get into it right now.
Foreman, and was he a part of the best tag team ever in TPW? Definitely.
The best team in the I don't know, man. There's a lot of great teams in TPW history. Teams that like Core of the Fate. They've held the tag team championships for like at least 5 or 6 months. I mean, NPO, obviously.
NPO is another group that
Yeah, I
you don't
mean,
see on Sportswire. Yep.
best tag. Oh, okay, best tag. I thought he was talking about TPW. No, that's a best tag team ever in general. Yeah, one of the top. I mean, definitely in general, one of the best.
I think that's a good way to say it. And, I'll make everybody laugh here. Well, for those that know, like Zilla, at least in this team, Anthony Steele got a chance to go team with his partner because he was supposed to be a part of this team with Justin Parsley, and they actually haven't wrestled together as a tag team. And yet they're in the Hall of Fame here on Sportswire for that. So I'll leave that at that. And money talks. Ain't that right, Rocky?
Money talks.
Okay. Money talks. Anything else in related to that, or we want to move on? Move on, right? Move on.
I guess move on because I have no idea what he means.
All right. Well, then that's pretty fair. Yeah. Thank you, Nathaniel. We're gonna definitely get Nathaniel onto Sportsbar. That was actually a good thing. And while you're here, by the way, I'm gonna put the YouTube link up one more time because definitely I want to make sure.
Yeah.
He's almost at 100 subscribers. He's at 98 right now. So I gave him one. Somebody out there give him a sub, or somebody else give him a sub. Let's get him to 100. House of Rage Productions. I want it to be my mission. I got a bunch of people watching us right now. All you have to do is go out there and sub House of Rage Productions. It's not that difficult. All you have to do is go to youtube.com, House of Rage Productions. youtube.com, House of Rage Productions. Let's get him to 100. That's all we want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Just followed you. There you go. That's one. There you go. And to clarify, me and Steele never. Yeah, I think we just mentioned that. Thank you.
Yeah, we just mentioned that. Yeah,
we did. Thank you for that. You said I don't got no shot, but what about that bullied in your right shoulder? Huh? Right, boss? Oh, I see.
There's no bullet. There's no bullet.
I see. Okay.
Look at that. No shot.
Well, he's definitely no squirt gun. Let's just put it that way. Some people I like gunshot though. I'm not knocking gunshot. Yeah, I haven't that. Well, yet though. He said yet though, because Steele is returning. Steele is coming back.
Yeah, he is. He is
coming back. He is coming
next
back.
year.
Titus wants that match as well. Titus certainly made that clear, and a lot of people are going to want that match. A lot of people are going to want that match with Anthony Steele. But like I said, for everybody's sake, just make sure it's not going to be Anthony Steele and Gunshot and Anthony Steele, and maybe even Chase Sullivan, because
I'll do a triple threat between the three.
Well, I mean, that will certainly get personal. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I know.
Let's leave it at that, though. I don't know about.
Oh my gosh! Now I know what he means by money talks. Yes. Me and him were on a call, and we were talking about that, about the Chase and the gunshot thing. And I said, "Money talks, right?" I told him that money.
Yeah, well, Gunshot has a different. I think Gunshot Steele is different with Steele. I think Chase, Chase got caught into something. I have no issue with Chase really, but it is complicated. I'm gonna move on. I want to move on for everybody because I got no issue with Chase really, and I really want to move on here. Look, I'm gonna make it clear. I don't care about teams or trios. All I care about is holding gold one last time.
Woo!
Sounds like Anthony Steele. That sounds like Anthony Steele. Not yesterday's Anthony Steele, but sounds like the one that was here before. That was on Wednesday. Brightside. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. I'm not quite sure about that. You can't find it? Well, I'm going to find it here for you, Zilla, right now, because all you have to do, Zilla, all you have to do is go like this. It's right here. House of Rage Productions. It's House of Rage Productions, caps lock. House of Rage Productions. That's what it looks like. So all you have to do is hit the sub. That's it. Hit the sub for me. That's it. Yeah.
TPW needs one more follower to hit 700 followers.
So we're going to take this on the screen. So I got a bunch of people right now, right? So I got very much here. Here's Texas Promo Wrestling. Texas_promo_wrestling. Texas_promo _wrestling. If you're out there, do me a favor, go out there and hit a follow.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go to those matches. I'm just going through the chat, so I'm gonna go to the last few matches. I just wanted to clear the chat because everybody is waiting. Rocky, you got a DM? Maybe when we're off the air, which will be in about 25 minutes, we'll certainly go after with that. Anthony Steele, who wants to say, Rocky, you're going to be on my list also. Just saying.
You ain't ready for me, Steele.
Nah, you sure about saying that?
Think about it. I've been watching this man since he's came into the promo game.
That's true. That's true.
I have all the information right at my fingertips.
Well, you know what? I'll say this much about Anthony Steele. Unlike other people, like everybody knows who he is. So there's no like I need to do a deep dive. I need to do like Google searches. I mean, he's pretty much a man. He's always here every week or every other day, and and he's also on top of that. I mean, he's well known in the promo world, the wrestling world, and and there isn't really much you have to do on a deep dive. So you can pretty much
no. But I like to study my opponents.
Well, you don't have to study him because he's literally here multiple times a week, and he's well documented publicly. He's been watching you too, though.
That's good. I hope you like what you see.
I'll let you know. I mean, we're here for a little while longer. All right, so you know what? Let me get to the rest of the card. I know you got a lot of things to do business-wise, so let me run through the next few matches and then get into a couple more things. I know you're a busy man, so we're going to go all the way because we went through most of these matches so far. I'm going to go all the way to where we left off, which is right here. We got, again, Mr. AJ Storm. We finally get a chance to move on and talk about him. The standard Bojack Grizz. And obviously another normal match, and our trios championships have been brought in. And tell me anything you want about this match, and hopefully a good thing hits you about AJ Storm.
I mean, these are two hard hitters going at it. I mean, these people go for the juggler. Bojack Grizz, he defeated Chase Sullivan last week, AJ's lifelong friend. So is he going to, defeat AJ this week and, sweep him? That'll be crazy. Or is AJ going to get revenge for Chase? It just kind of depends. Two heavy hitters. I'm excited to see it.
So, I mean, when it's something like this, is there something you're expecting, or there's something that's going to tip the scale one way or another in a match like this?
Honestly, what's really going to decide this is who can hit the heaviest blow, in my opinion.
Got to be that one or two big moments.
Yeah,
that
about
decided. Yep.
More than just like a one-liner, it's just an absolute blow to their confidence, and you'll be available to see it. And their
you brought up that word confidence.
Huh?
You brought up the word confidence again. You brought up confidence.
That's amazing. So when you judging a promo's confidence is when they like stop and pause, or when they can't think of something, to say, or you can tell that, when they were making this promo, they weren't really feeling it. A sense of doubt. And not saying that these two are going to have any doubt and their abilities. They're not. And it's going to be hard to judge these two promos. And I'm going to need to judge their hypes and their match promos to really determine a winner of this match.
And I think what you said, an interesting point, is that these two have confidence. So it's going to be a matter of going into who has the heavier shot. Who has the blow that's going to tip the scale and put the difference to where one or the other gets the victory.
Who's going to have that one killer line?
Yep.
Who's going to have that one finishing blow?
Well, obviously, AJ thinks that he's got that confidence, and he's certainly got certainly a lot of it. That's why he's got some gold. And thank you, Zilla. Zilla did just sub to Nathaniel's page, so that's good. Now, if we don't get the other one subscriber to 100, I will subscribe with 2 other pages. So we're going to get to 100 regardless. So AJ's got some confidence. We're going to see if that continues.
As he could.
and it's going to be a really big match. And AJ is definitely going to come onto the platform. We're going to try to get as many people on one at a time, and because he wanted it, he's been asking for it. You got it. Killshot and our brand new world champion Scars and the war criminal Ace Atlas. I mean, what do you expect here? Killshot's always looking for gold. We have a new world champion. I mean, just that's an exciting thing.
Yes.
And what do we expect here? Yet another match with a new champion coming out here right out of the gate, and certainly doesn't want to come out and embarrass one another.
Of course. So Scars, he hasn't been a world champion since the early 2020s of TPW. I mean, I'm talking like 2022, 2021, maybe even 2020. So it's been a while since he's been on top of the world, especially being this late into his career, because he's been doing this for 13, 14 years now. And this is the biggest the roster's ever been. So the fact that he's world champion right now says a lot, about his character and about him. He's improved. I've seen it, and he earned his shot. Killshot, a person, you said it yourself, he's always looking for gold. He's always looking for an opportunity to prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
And this match, he has a lot to prove. And then Ace Atlas, he is a rookie, but sadly, he is going to be on the shelf for a while. He got a medical diagnosis, and he can't compete for a while, so he's going to be out on the shelf. So right now, it's a one-on-one Scars and Killshot. So it's going to come down to who wants it more.
What's your expectations of the new world champion?
A lot. I expect him to prove why he's world champion. I expect him to go to beyond, than what he regular does. Usually he's just sitting down. I want him to do more. I want him to show me why I made him the world heavyweight champion. He's a great promo artist, and I love Scars. And this last run, or who knows, it might be. I don't know when he might hang up the boots. But this run as world champion needs to really prove, who he's going to be as a champion, what his championship run is going to be to him, and what it's going to mean to the promo world.
Interesting. Always fascinating to watch. And what I'm noticing a common theme tonight. There's two things that I've noticed. Whoever is going to win coming up tomorrow, confidence. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is we've got a lot of new champions who are going to be in their first match out. And it reminds me, in politics, that's a world I have a lot of experience in. They would always say when you got elected the first time you were running for re-election, that was the toughest battle you would have because it's the first time out of the box. People still don't know you. You have to go out there and knock on doors the same way you did when you won the first time. People are going to phrase you because you didn't show up to this place. And a lot of the senses for some of our champions that are here, are newly crowned champions, it's the same mindset because this is the first time out. So they're still almost new, more or less. And I think that it's going to be very fascinating to see how they do here. It's the first match after winning championship. So very, very fascinating here. Let me get
I'm very fascinated to see how Scars does. He's won a few mid-card championships throughout his time here in TPW. But it's been a long time since he's been in the world title picture. And now that he's world champion, that comes with a lot of responsibility. And that puts that puts a target on your back. And especially with how big the roster is now.
Yeah.
He has a lot ahead of him.
No question about that. I think that's a very fair point. Let me get to comments before I get to the last match. Scars was my first promo opponent ever. That's an interesting point. Very interesting. Don't worry about that. When he comes back, we're going to war. He's talking about Ace Atlas.
Yeah.
Killshot sucks. That man shoots blanks. I've had him on here. I don't think he shoots blanks. I mean, everybody's got, I guess, interpretations of what they think, who fires and how many gets fired off and connects. I guess that's a different point. I'm coming for the world. I shall hold it in my hands one day, and I promise no one in TPW will. That's a good analogy. And certainly if you are out there, we're one subscriber away from 100. House of Rage Productions. House of Rage Productions. We're one subscriber away. Do me a favor, go out there, sub to it. House of Rage Productions. Just do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. So I'd really appreciate if you could support those that would wind up who's to support us. Okay, so we'll come back to a few more comments. You're right, Rev. He shoots air. That was a clever line. Can you shoot air, though? I didn't know if you could shoot air.
I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty cool if you could.
I'm in New York City. We don't know. Nobody can own a gun except the military and police, and the criminals would find ways to get guns. So I wouldn't know anything about
Especially right now.
What's that?
Especially right now.
Yeah, although it was funny as a kid growing up, I know my mother won't be listening to this. My dad actually did own a gun, but with no bullets in there because he owned a gun. But this was 20, 30 years ago growing up. This was different life. But let's not talk about that. Let's go here to the last match. We've got Lucifer, a man everybody knows, and Matt Tyson, who I all of a sudden see here. Every time I'm on TikTok, I see him. I see him on Instagram in the Standard Demented in a triple threat match. And, I mean, what do you expect here? I mean, obviously, this is a match that is going to have certainly, I am sure, it's undertones of some personalness and some heated promos. And what do you expect here? In this
on the card, it doesn't say it, but Matt Tyson is also a trios champion.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't put it on there.
You didn't know.
But he's also a
Revolution.
Yeah. So he's part of Revolution with Travis Black, AJ, and Matt. So that's his first championship win in TPW. I believe. I believe that's his first championship win in TPW. So he should have a lot of confidence going into this match. Confidence is pretty big here in TPW. You got to have.
I think confidence is big everywhere in life.
And then Standard has wins over both these competitors. So if anyone's going to have the biggest confidence in this match, it's going to be the Standard Demented. Both Matt and Lucifer, they have a lot to prove this week against Demented. He helped Johnny Chaos win the Openweight Championship last week at the pay-per-view. So, I mean, he's been on a roll lately. Standard has. Matt, he started off December really good, winning the Trios Championship, and then Lucifer retaining his tag team title with his new partner. So this week is going to determine how their month is going to be, in my opinion. It's that first week of it's the first week of the new month that really determines how your month's going to be here in TPW, in my opinion.
Interesting. That's an interesting take you said. I hadn't thought of it that way. Is that really the first week?
The first and last week.
Yeah, it's interesting because in a way it means just as much as the last. So it really, people would say, oh, it's how you finish. But no, really how you start is how you start. I think that's a really interesting point. So everybody's got it. Listen, I think every week you got to be on your A game, especially when what you guys do in this world. But there's no question that this is where you really got to step it up. You definitely have to step it up.
Especially when you got a roster of 48 people. I'm going to be seeing a lot of different promos. And,
Sure.
I want you to be different, stand out, do something different. Why should you be the winner over this person? I want to be amazed, by these promos. And I have been absolutely amazed by all these promos. And it's been an honor to judge all of these.
Well, I tell you what, I'm very excited about all of it. There's no question about that. Let me get to a couple things here before I get to some comments, and we'll move on here. Yeah, prayers to Ace. Yeah, definitely prayers. Rocky, I got a question for you. Are you ready for Appalachia to come to TPW for my Colts are waiting?
I am ready for it. I'm ready.
Oh, all right. Well,
bring them down.
Most of Appalachia is in Virginia. Get bent, Rage. Oh, well, okay. Well, are we talking about what? I think West Virginia, right? Appalachia is in West Virginia, right? I don't know. Okay, I want to make sure I don't want to say anything wrong for anybody here. And also, let's take this off the screen. We're gonna put this back up here before I get to one or two more things here. But before I do anything else, I got to give one more plug to my good friends over in Five Towns. I promised I'd sub to them one more time. FTC_esports. It is the official home of the Five Towns Sound College esports team. And there could be something in the pikes with Sportswire and more university athletics once again. That is how I started things out. And Coach Leader has been very generous and kind. He watched some of the video he liked and followed the page on YouTube. So he follows me. I follow you. You join me. FTC_esports. All you have to do is go give him a sub. They'd appreciate it. And they'll one day get all my subscribers. No, he's in West Virginia. I'm in Virginia. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I appreciate that. Is there anything else that you'd want to share related to Texas Promo Wrestling or TPW coming up, other than don't do your promos in a car, don't do them while driving, tag your opponents and everything else? Is there anything else that you'd want to get to?
It's not Texas Promo Wrestling related.
Okay.
I have sideburns right here, and I just wanted to say that you inspired me to grow the sideburns.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I have sideburns. Yeah, they're not as great as yours. Yours are just.
Well, let me see if I have the side. I did look a little bit like yours before I do something. I'm trying to see. Let me go to my
yours
old
are just like
photo book.
immaculate, dude. Like,
Well,
oh my god.
I didn't have, there was like 7 or 8 years ago when I was working in politics, more like door to door. I had a lot less of them. Let me see if I could find that. I'll probably show you what I look like.
I can tell that took a.
Yeah, I didn't have these back
long
like in 16, 17. Let me see if it's here and let me see. Here.
I've been wanting to talk about that for a while, man.
Well, you can talk about anything you want. I gotta go to my icon.
You know what? I was like, he has. That's so badass. I was like,
I'm gonna try to pull a photo up. I'm gonna try to pull a photo up of like here we go.
I'm not gonna get to where you're at. I don't think anytime soon.
Well, never say never. Listen, never say never. Okay, here we go. All right, now I should be able to come up. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna see if I have anything of me with like kind of looking like your sideburns. All right, now I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see. Here we go. All right, now I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see. What do I have? I used to have a lot more photos, but I got like 3,000. So give me a break. Let me see here. Let me see if I have something that looks like that. Let me see. Let's see. Here we go. No. And the chat's kind of like, get to it already. It doesn't work out that way. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. I got one here. All right, it was sort of looks like before, sort of with the sideburns. Here we go. I'm gonna go like this. Here I was. This isn't just when I started to grow my sideburns. So here we go. That was me in February of 2019. So that's kind of what you had. I must have been like maybe a month and a half, 2 months into sideburns. So that was me.
Yeah, I'm about 2 months in right now.
That's about 2 months in. That's where I kind of had like I was debating it, and then it was me. That's February of 2019. So there I am. There I'm at your look. I might have another one. Let me go back. Let me go like this. I'll have another photo here. We're gonna delay this individual. We're gonna show you a picture of a girl, but we're not gonna do that. Here's one. All right, this one I think is probably when my sideburns were like, were most fun. There I was. I was actually right in front of Madison Square Garden. There I was. This is about a week and a half later. So now I'm starting to grow them in a little more. Little more. There I am. Well, you can still my face. You could see fully. You can't see half my face, but that's
wow. You look incredibly different, bro.
I do look different. Let me see what else I got. We'll go for people maybe enjoy this. Actually, we'll go. Well, let's go to my catalog. You know what? I think people they're gonna wait. The individual you're gonna wait because now I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go show some famous photos. There's the Barclays Center. That's the Barclays Center. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let me give you my WrestleMania moment. Here I was, WrestleMania in Brooklyn. They had a little thing I got invited to, so that was fun. That was in April. I was there. That was fun.
That's badass.
That was who else we got there? The Ultimate Warrior. This was that was a nice photo. Let's see what else we got. Here I go with photos. That's me with Roddy Piper. Now you see the sideburns. They're like starting to grow. They're like they're growing now. They're like they're a thing. They're not quite where I am now, but I was like, there I was.
You were
Let's see what else.
dedicated to it.
I was, yeah, I was. I was gonna do it, and now I'm a little bit bigger here. I'm at a playoff game when I used to go to hockey. That was fun. There I was. That's my brother Brian, who is not here anymore, unfortunately.
Oh,
in this
there they are.
country.
My condolences.
Yeah, this is where things are getting. Now my sideburns are big. I'm big now. I got the big sideburns. I got them. I'm not like this level, but I'm there. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
yeah, you're there.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. And then what else we got before I delay? There I was here, kind of looking like you a little bit. Yeah, there I was. I got them. That's me. That's me right before COVID. So this is right before COVID, February 22nd. I think I met a girl. I think I went out with a girl here in the Staten Island Mall. It was a disaster.
Oh,
it was a disaster. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we look a little bit alike here in this photo, but there I was. That was fun. And then, there's my bank account. Well, that's not just a portion of it, but that was fun. And then, here I am. There I was. Yep, there I was. I don't know why I took a photo like that. Here I am. Now I'm there. Now this is where like the sideburns are like.
Yeah, that's your profile picture, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. That's where I was. That's kind of where I would say that's where the sideburns were like a thing. And then I'll show you clean shaven before I go to this is my funny photo. Wasn't this a funny photo or what? Wasn't this funny?
Yeah, it is funny.
What about the glasses? Nobody likes the RoboCop? The Bret Hart sideburns there, or the Bret Hart glasses? Here I was.
I mean, that's great.
I don't even know where I took that photo. Yeah, it was fun. And then here's when I had a bad hair day. That was a bad hair day.
I've had
my friend Michael DeLeo.
I've had so many.
The wind was blowing very bad that day. And let's see, there I was here, right by Coney Island. There I was in my buddy's apartment, and Steven Saperstein, my former employer, several times over. Maybe that's why he's not a councilman, but there I was. And I'll show you one more for good measure, which I'll show. Actually, the chat seems to be interested in this. I actually have people that want to see it. But let me go show you clean shaven. Let me show you clean shaven. There I was. Okay, so we go like this. Here I was, clean shaven. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. There I was. There's me and my brother. This was 6.5 years ago.
Wow.
There I was. Yep. 6.5 years ago. There I was, clean shaven. Well, Mary and I had a photo like this. Let me see who else I got clean shaven. Well, let's see. Let me see. Oh, that's political photos. We don't want to show those. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want to show that. There I was. That was a fun one. That was right before my birthday. That was a clean shaven one. Really clean shaven. There I was. Boom.
What birthday was that?
Look like that person. Yeah, that's really like, boy, who the hell is that? There I was.
Yeah, totally different.
Let's see here. That's my buddies, Anthony Finkel, Elkin Silva, who's just an interesting guy. There was Steven Saperstein in a political debate. We don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I think we're good. We got the point. I think we got the point. All right, you know what? Let me get to the chat.
Another thing I want to shout out. AJ Storm has a thing called the Foundational Awards. It's for promo. It's for promo people only. We have like Superstar of the Year, Feud of the Year, Brand of the Year, GM of the Year, and like all these other awards that we're going to be doing on December 31st.
Okay.
Just want to shout that out.
Is that going to be on the TPW Instagram page?
No, that's going to be on. I want to say the Universal Foundational Awards. AJ, but in the chat, probably.
If he puts the thing up, I'll post it on. I'll post it on the screen right now. So if he wants to send me the link to it, or if he wants to put it in the chat, better thing is if he puts it in the chat. If there's an Instagram handle, let me know, and I'll put it in here right now.
Let me see. I'm checking the comments right now.
I see
foundational
right here.
page. It's called the foundational page. That's all he said. It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram.
All right. I'll find it. I got it. I think I got it here. Okay. Foundational page. Promo Foundational Awards. This it? Yeah, I got it. All right. So we're gonna put the Instagram up here. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you. I have it here right for us. I just followed it. It is the promo_foundational_awards. This is going to take place on New Year's Eve. So if you want to go out there and check it out, please do so. Definitely make sure you support that. And congratulations to everybody that takes part in this. And we certainly want to see who wins. And everybody's winners in my mind, because you'll all do better promos than me. So I just want to let you know that you're all winners. You'll do better promos than me. Want to shout out my man Kyle Shelby, who was getting my attention on Facebook about something. I know nothing about what he was telling me. What else we got here? Yeah, I got the awards link here.
I hope I win Owner of the Year and Show of the Year. Those are the only 2 awards that I personally think I should win.
You think you'll win them? You think you win them?
I think I should. I don't think I know I should. I've done a lot this year. 2024 has been a great year for TPW and a great year.
I think you guys are doing a lot of great things,
Bringing
and
a lot of new faces and doing a lot of different things.
Now, before I was going to let you sign off, but obviously I have one more surprise for you.
Okay.
And, certainly it's going to, I'm sure, let the chat talk for a few minutes. And unless you want me to go tonight, we can end it here. We've had a great show. We've ran through the card. We've made some new friends here. We got some new people to bring them to the platform. If you think we should end it here, I can do that, unless you want me to bring up this surprise.
Bring out the surprise.
Are you sure? You sure?
I'm positive. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to do it for a few minutes only. He's decided to talk to the promo world, and especially to you, because he's
come to think about it. I actually got to go to bed.
Yeah, fuck you.
You are feeding into what Oswald Brightside and Justin Parsley said about you this past week on Sportzwire. You do know that, right?
What?
That basically you gotta come on the show. And
I mean, people tune in. People like watching me, and obviously Rocky likes watching me because that's why I'm back with TPW. And I'm gonna be watching the awards on December 31st because in 2025 I'm gonna have Return of the Year, and I'm just gonna fucking make my impact like I've done multiple times. And Rocky, it was one of the best decisions you ever made. Coming from a businessman to a businessman, it's just business, man.
Just business.
That's what people got to understand. And
Great
AJ,
money.
If I hurt your feelings, AJ, I'm sorry, but tag teams and trios don't matter to me. The NPO, dead. The Danger Club, dead. Fuck around and find out, dead. The only thing that's alive and still kicking is the real deal Anthony fucking Steele. And I'm about to make the biggest impact in TPW has ever seen from me. So
just make sure though, you and Gunshot just nowhere near each other. So I'm doing that right now.
Look, I'm
Don't do it
right now. I'm gonna state it now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If it happens, it happens.
No, we're not. That's not happening here. We want safe working conditions. Safe environment conditions. We need safe environments. Yes.
Do you remember that storyline with Lita, Matt Hardy, right, and Edge?
Yeah.
You know how that was real?
A Gunshot wouldn't be Lita. That was somebody with
No.
somebody.
But do you know how it was real though? That's
was real.
That's the best kind of.
I understand, but there's a difference. But this isn't Matt Hardy, Edge, and
No,
Lita.
I know.
Like the Washington Generals and the Harlem Globetrotters here. Let's not go there. I like Gunshot. I think he's a good kid. Let's make sure that if these two guys are in the same company, that they're as far away from each other. That's all.
What do you think my issue with Gunshot is?
We're going to not talk about that here right now. We're going to leave that at that. You've come back here, though.
No, the reason why I asked is because I don't have a problem.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure. But obviously, we're going to certainly move away from
what
that.
I really want to see is James Taylor and Anthony's. I see James Taylor's in the chat, and, it's been a long time, James.
I'm
just saying. Retirement tour, Anthony, James. I mean, it's only fitting.
James, are you cousins with Kyle Shelby, by the way?
Huh?
Are you a cousin of Kyle Shelby's? I just realized this came on the screen. Are you cousins with him? Anthony Steele. You a cousin of Kyle Shelby?
Who are you?
He said he's the 9.5-year champion. newest signee of ROW, James Taylor's newest signee in ROW. That the guy, you know him? You guys cousins?
Oh no, I'm sorry. He's never been on my watch. So it's all right. But you know, I came on here to talk business, Rocky. You know,
Okay.
because in 2025, like I said, it's the last year
Yeah,
Anthony Steele
last year.
will ever be seen in the promo game. And you know, there is some names that I'm looking at that I need to face one last
How
time.
about the new world champion, Scars? You want to be a champion. How about the new world champion? How about Elliot Creed, who's the new United States champion? We've got a slew of other champions here that are now back in the game. I mean, you got to be targeting them.
Look, I'm gonna do exactly what you said, Rocky. I'm gonna earn my opportunity to become champion again. I've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
I've climbed the mountain. I've sat at the mountaintop.
Yes, you
I could
have.
do it. I could do it again.
Yeah.
It's not about can I. It's when will I.
Yes, and I agree with you. But see, remember, you got to remember you were doing that back when the roster was between 20, 25 people at max. Now we're getting
almost
ready to hit 50.
We got almost 50 people.
We got a lot
other
of,
places you've been to, Anthony.
we got a lot of people
50
who have
people,
talent.
Anthony. 50 people. I mean, these are some of the greatest
right.
names in our circuit.
See, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking how big this roster is, and I'm not going to take away from what this roster is capable of. But at the same time, there's many men in that locker room, many women in that locker room.
We got some big names
that know who I am, that have faced me inside these same doors and have lost to me on multiple occasions. So I'm here. I want to do first thing of business, Rocky. Me and we've talked about this. And I want to announce you gave me the honor of naming my first match back.
And before you do that, you got to hit the sub button. House of Rage Productions. We're almost at 100 subs. We got a lot of people here right now. Do me a favor. He's at 99, Nathaniel Rage. House of Rage Productions. Do me a favor. One person out there, go sub. Go ahead, Anthony. You got the floor.
So I know we negotiated. I know we talked. And I gave you my answer. So I feel like it's time to let the TPW locker room know my answer. So for the boys that have been there this whole time since I've been inside these doors back in 2020, I'm going to do the same match that I did my first day there. And that is Anthony Steele is going to go live with Rocky, the owner of TPW, to face the first man that he fought in a live battle. And that is none other than you, B. Be smooth.
Be smooth.
Be smooth.
Be smooth. You were my first target almost 5 years ago. You're going to be my first target 5 years later.
Whoa. You know, Anthony Steele, he's facing a guy, Alejandro Ajax, who's almost like you. He's oozing with confidence. He's dropping names left and right, and he's ready to give B Smooth a war. And they may not be calling him Smooth anymore. He may not be a smooth criminal. He might just be as hard as a rock if the way tomorrow could potentially go. So you might be getting B Smooth right where you want him almost.
And here's another thing, Rocky. I know what time of year it is, especially coming back in January. There's a thing that I've came close to winning, not once, but twice. And that match solidifies me for the main event of the biggest promo wrestling spectacle.
Oh, yes.
All Pro.
All Pro 5.
So I'm here tonight because I haven't heard anything of it yet. I'm going to officially declare myself the first person to declare for the TPW Royal Rumble match.
Well, you got a long way to go.
We got a long, Anthony. You are starting from the bottom. This is not other promotions in the backyard underground circuit where you can go right to the top. You got a long way to go, Anthony. A long way to go, Anthony. It's gonna long journey for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 months into the Royal Rumble.
Hit that
Oh,
sub
you
button.
changed the date. You changed the date.
I did because earlier this year I had a little bit of a shutdown and I had to come back at a later time.
Well,
That's why.
All I know is I'll be there. I will be in TPW around the time of the Rumble. And Anthony Steele, as long as I've been in TPW, I've never missed an All Pro. Never. Whether walking in as champion or challenging for a championship at All Pro, I've always been there.
Tom, for you, since you don't know this, All Pro is the grandest stage of TPW. It's our WrestleMania. I mean, hell, you can go as far as say it's the grandest stages of them all in promo wrestling.
Very grand.
Not everybody makes it. There's usually about 7 to 8 matches on that card, and not the whole roster makes it. Only a select few do. And so and this year or next year, I'm sorry, it's going to be very difficult.
I'm cutting you slack. You could say this year because really this year's only got a couple more days left. So we can be honest. You can say this year because I think the people know it's not going to be this year.
Yeah, but this year's All Pro, it's going to be very hard to determine who's going to be going to All Pro. When you win the World Rumble, that means you're main eventing All Pro. You have a choice between either the World Champion or the TPW Champion. It's a one-on-one match guaranteed. So
Rocky, now knowing that I got 6 months, that means June, right?
Yes, sir.
June is the Rumble. That's the start to the journey of All Pro. So that means in 6 months, I might not even have to set foot in that match.
Well, the journey to All Pro is going to be starting in January at Retribution. I'm already going to start taking notice already in January on who should be going in there. That's the race.
And Anthony, you got a long way to go because you're still at the bottom. You're going to have to deal with
I've started at the bottom. It's not a new thing to me. Like a lot of people.
But this is a different TPW. This is a roster with almost 50.
That's fine.
It's a bigger roster than IMF even.
So All Pro's usually 2 months after Rumble, right?
It is the month after.
Oh, the month after. So that means I got 7 months to go through almost 50 people.
Ooh.
So with that being said,
and counting.
Could be more
with
names.
That being said,
I see Kyle Shelby here. He might want to sign up and join TPW. He says you're cousins with him. Could you imagine Kyle Shelby and Anthony Steele an interpromotional battle? ROEW and IMF this time in the promo world? I mean, the internet would explode. Could you imagine that, Anthony Steele?
Could you imagine? See here, and I'm just shooting the shit when I say this, Rocky. So, Doc, could you imagine that All Pro is the time that you see Anthony Steele versus James Taylor?
No, that James Taylor's a busy man, though. He's a businessman. He's a real businessman.
And that's the thing.
Interesting to see James Taylor at All Pro. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because here, James, I know you're in the chat. I know
he's not. He's busy. He's got conference calls.
James.
Kyle Shelby, hit my DM, bro. I'll tell you what promo wrestling is.
On the mic, James.
Let's Texas_promo_wrestling. We'll put the link up.
On the mic, James, you've never beaten me. If you come back at 2025, it's going to remain the same. Because, yes, you might be the nemesis James Taylor. You might be the guy that a lot of people fear in ROEW because you can fucking play Puppet Master.
That's Jason Storm. He's the Puppet Master.
But inside the doors of TPW, I'm going to make you my bitch. Just like I'm gonna make every single other man or woman my bitch.
Now, can I ask you something, Anthony? I know that you're back in the promo world for a year, but you're still technically a sinner, right? In the IMF, and apparently, I guess the guy that you take orders from, Justin Parsley, he says this: if I learn how to cut a promo, Can I be
Yes.
a part of this?
Yes, you can.
He's the PWF world champion right now. He's a world champion, and he's saying if he
Yeah.
can learn how to cut a promo. Now, would that mean Anthony and TPW, because you guys are both sinners, Justin Parsley, you would be taking orders from him, right, in TPW?
Nah. See here, parsley. Look, I've stated it once. I'll state it again. You don't control me. You don't own me. You don't tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm a free man. I'm my own man. And while you might be the PWF world champion, you had my help. I'm the IMF United States champion. Didn't need your help. And coming in a mere 2 weeks' time, both of us go back to the IMF. Both of us both defend our titles that night. I know I'm walking out with mine. But it got proven last month that you can be pinned by Soldier GP. Who's to say that ain't gonna happen again?
But Mr. Parsley wanted to say this, that I'll teach you how to cut a promo after I learn how to do one myself.
Parsley.
Hey, let's do it. TPW.
You know, what do you think about? You know, Rocky, I
TPW.
got a question for you. Rocky, I got a good question for you. You know, I see maybe we should see these promo guys that you have in your company, your promo guys. Maybe they could be managers for some of these wrestlers in the world. You know, some of them that the promo. And what do you think about that idea?
That would be so awesome. That would be so great. I mean, why not?
I'm with you.
Cutting a promo is just as important as, knowing how to wrestle, knowing how to take a bump. It's just as important. So I don't see why not. I don't see why not. You need help. You need help learning how to talk on the mic. Hey, I need help learning how to wrestle in the ring. Let's help each other, exchange services.
I love how Parsley is saying it once he learns how to do one himself. Parsley, that's the whole reason why we teamed up.
Join.
Yeah, he does need help. He needs help to cut promos.
No.
Justin Parsley, this guy definitely needs help.
Yeah,
and I would love to see Killshot can help him.
Come to Texas Promo Wrestling.
I would love to see Chris Kawabunga do it to help him. I mean, there's AJ Storm could help him. I mean, B Smooth could definitely help Justin Parsley. That a lot of people could.
Talking about AJ
Storm. I got it. Maybe even Gunshot could help Parsley with some of these promos.
talking about AJ. AJ, I saw you say you hold some records in TPW, right? Let it be known I hold the record of wins and losses against you. So let that be known that I got your number, homie.
Now, I have to do. Go ahead, Anthony. Finish before I have an announcement for you. Go ahead.
I can't wait to be back at TPW. Like I'm sitting in that group chat. I'm seeing all these guys talk their shit.
It's a lot, right?
I'm seeing turnout. All of a sudden they woke up. Like Anthony Steele's coming on. They're like, huh?
Dude, I'm seeing faces that I haven't seen in the promo game in a long time. And it is spectacular what is going on inside the doors of TPW. And to break kayfabe, as you should say, is going. I'm can't wait. I can't.
And I want to see like TPW guys. Maybe they could manage some different people. Maybe they could, I don't know, do some cross promoting and.
I mean, I'm all about doing business. With this, I've had a hard year this year in 2024, a very hard year this year. And with the mindset that I have with TPW right now, this is no longer just a hobby for me. This is straight business. I see this as a career. I mean, I am on the clock 24/7. I don't get sleep at all. And if I do, it's 2 hours. But I'm constantly managing the chat. I mean, I do this at my actual job. I'm here managing everything, making deals, talking with people. I mean, I treat this as a job. And, if I have to get along with everybody else, I expect the same thing with, everyone in TPW.
And absolutely do that. And before I go into a couple of things, Nathaniel got to 100 subs. We're at 100. Awesome. Let's congratulate him on that. Let's get to more subs. Just continue the subs. Just do it. I'm telling you. Go out there. Kyle Shelby's got a YouTube channel, Universal Champions of Action. Let me go out there and hit that sub button for him. I'm going to put it up before I get to another major announcement because we got so many things here to touch upon. I know Rocky's a very busy man, but I have to make sure.
I'm free as long as you need me. I'm enjoying this.
I have a voice, but Kyle's got a YouTube channel. He's got 11 subs. He's a 9-year world champion. He maybe wants to be in the promo world. Universal Champions of Action. Do me a favor. Somebody go hit a sub button for me. We got a whole bunch of people now on YouTube. Universal Champions of Action. And Omen Black wants to say, of course, Steel on the stream with a Gallagher-looking MFer just because he's hoping to get a piece of watermelon. I guess that may be your newest signee. I don't know.
Omen.
Yeah,
Omen.
you're welcome to join too. But anyone's welcome to join TPW.
I've got one though that I'm not sure though if Anthony would be kind enough to allow this person to join because there is an individual. His name is Oswald Brightside, Mr. Brightside, and he says, "Why wasn't he invited?" I know, Mr. Rocky, you don't know who this is, but this guy's been certainly having quite a back and forth with Anthony Steele, and I don't want to certainly make it any more personal. I won't invite him on here tonight. I won't do it, but I just want you to know that he did ask. Why wasn't he invited?
I'll answer that for you, Rocky. The invites to anybody, whether it's Brightside, whether it's Omen Black, whether it's James Taylor, Kyle Shelby. Shoot, we can have the good guy CJ Black up at TPW. But I'm gonna tell you this, Brightside. You can run your mouth. You could talk all the shit that you want. In January, it's already set in stone. I get my hands on you at IMF. You could keep running your mouth. You keep fucking putting them dick lickers to the fucking camera. But I'm going to tell you this. You ain't going to beat me. You can run and run and run and run. But once I get you, we've already seen what happens. You get tossed around like a sack of potatoes.
But this is the promo world.
I have more fun. I have more fun looking at Rocky in a business aspect and a personal fucking life. Asking if he can make me a pizza at the end of the fucking night.
But this is different. He wants to have an invite to the promo world. He wants to have an invite.
If you want, dude,
invite's there.
The invite's always there, man. You know, it is what it is. I love to talk my shit. Rocky knows this. I'm Tom. You know this. Literally, I run my mouth every single day. If I'm on here 9 times out of 10, I'm running my mouth about something. That's who I am. That's why I'm made for this. And that's why I say this last run in TPW is going to be the best run of my life.
This is very funny. He just wanted to say about the male appendages, but he obviously will move on from that. We're gonna certainly move on. But so these guys all could be invited, right? You can handle.
They're all invited. They're all invited. All invited.
They're invited.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
If they want to join, if they want a piece of Anthony Steele and the rest of the roster, because it's more than just Anthony Steele on that roster, they are invited.
And that includes, so if anybody wanted Gunshot, if anybody wanted Gunshot, if they wanted Chase Sullivan, they would have that opportunity as well.
Yeah. If they want some of that Gunshot, yeah. If they want some.
You want to know one more person I got my eyes on, Rocky?
Who?
Yeah, I want to know.
My brother. Well, my old brother.
Oh.
Will?
Fierce Danger.
Fierce Danger's in there.
I know. I know Trex is in there.
No, actually, he's no longer in there no more. He went to go focus on VWP full time, which is understandable. He wants to get his company, running up and. I mean, it's already up and running, but he wants to improve it. But we still have Fierce.
Fierce and me go back.
Yes.
Before TPW days. Like, I know that man like the back of my hand. He knows me like the back of his. And that's what makes this fun. Is I get the new guys, but I also get the old guys. And the old guys make it a lot easier because then I get to watch these old guys face these new guys, and I can study them by watching how they compete against guys I've already beat.
You're gonna have a really great
There are
time.
people here that you may not beat. I mean, Chris Cowabunga impressed me. I mean, Alejandro Ajax definitely impressed me.
You're gonna like Alejandro Ajax, Anthony. You're gonna like Alejandro Ajax.
You sure about that?
I think so. I think you're gonna like going against him. What his character is.
And how about, I'm really looking forward to the Extreme Rules kitchen match, by the way, between the range chef. I mean, that's going to be great, and Hunter. That's going to be another. We have an extreme
what
in history. I'm going to put the card up here. I tell you what, we're going to run through this card one more time.
Gotta watch the product, Anthony.
This is exciting.
I'm a busy
you want to talk
man.
about matches
I'm a busy
here.
man.
Are you a busy man? Well, you know what? Because we got a few more minutes. We're going to let everybody. We got Jerry Maine's historic championship celebration. You better be there for that tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Chris Cowabunga, who has certainly been showing that he is going to be a hero and a half shell toward Tyler Simmons. You're going to definitely see there's some turtle power there. Yonder Demon, Raphael Fireblood. There's going to be some angels and demons and some fire in between. You know that's going to happen. Jail Fireblood
brother versus girlfriend. That's fucking
well, you know
awesome.
what? Obviously, somebody's going to go. Somebody's going to go home and not be able to get the sheets. That's all. That's going to be no blanket for somebody there. You got Jahil, Fireblade, and Flots. It's going to be a Flotsam and Jetsam-like show.
Flots.
The guy I'm keeping
Flots is funny as fuck.
The
FLOTZ.
truly righteous soul star. You're going to certainly be saying, I'm a soul man. Against the Demon Savage. That's going to be
Hold on. Demon Savage. Why does that name sound so familiar?
It's A.M. Blade.
Because he's a soul man. He's a soul man. Larry Lightning is KSK. KSK's lost some gold recently, and he's going to try to find a way to get himself back on the top. The Devil Nathaniel Rage against the one and only legendary Anarchist Gunshot. Anarchist Gunshot, obviously one of the all-time greats, and the Devil Nathaniel Rage will certainly, could he be the devil that you know is better than the devil you don't? We're going to find out. House of Rage Productions on YouTube. But certainly Gunshot, will he continue his historic return? And Gunshot, obviously one of the all-time greats in BYW history, is back. Let's go next. Shout out to Gunshot. Alejandro Ajax and Beast Mode. This might be the wild card match here. This is going to be almost like Seahawks and Cardinals tomorrow. It's going to be that good of a matchup. Trust me. Both guys need a win. Silver Tuxedo, who was here earlier against the Tiglorious Maximus. Let's just say
I just noticed one thing.
Yes,
Rocky.
Yeah.
Go back and edit your comment because it says hypes are due January.
Yeah, 2nd. I know.
I know. Anthony, when you weren't here, I already addressed that. That
was I looked at that and I was like,
that's been. There you go, Anthony. Your old friend.
Yeah, I know.
Against our Intercontinental Champion, PJ Cool. It's going to be normal. And this is the match that might be the one that gains the most attention. The first time ever, an Extreme Kitchen Rules match. Eat your heart out, Rachel Ray. Eat your heart out, Emerald Lagasse. Julia Child, God rest her soul, has got nothing on Elias, the deranged chef, and the hardcore champion, the Unforgiven Soul.
I got Unforgiven Soul for that.
I got a lot.
He knows a thing or two. He knows a thing or two about a kitchen.
I got to tell you, Elias's promo, that was good. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in his kitchen and get him in a bad mood. I would make sure that I would be so nice to him in that kitchen because not only could he spit on the food, he could burn me while I'm eating it. But we'll certainly move on. That was a good one, I thought. Yeah, that's coming to Sportswire next month against one half of our tag team champions, Fabian Martin. I certainly couldn't get that right name, but Fabio. Travis Black and Chase Sullivan, a man who needs no introduction, Anthony. You got plenty of history with Chase Sullivan, and you guys are going to be back in the same locker room again. Let's just say it ain't going to be like the
I'm already in the locker room.
So oh, yeah.
What's that? You're already in the locker room?
He's already in the locker room already.
Oh, so you guys shook hands and everything's good?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, they actually were talking. Chase said he was going to bring back IGPW. Anthony was going to be going back over there. No,
I'm fucking with you guys. Sloth Jam Williams against our new U.S. champion, Elliot Creed. And how about the standard Bojack Grizz against the man, AJ Storm, who's been taking...
Is that Trex?
Who?
Is that Will? Is that Trex?
No.
Who the fuck is...
We got... it's no longer the war criminal Ace Alice, but it's Killshot, who's always got plenty of shots left in the tank. And Scars, our brand new champion. And of course, Matt Tyson, everybody knows. Just go on TikTok. You'll know what I'm talking about. The standard
I know Matt.
Yeah, Matt. I like Matt. He
I love
follows me on
Demented,
TikTok.
dude. I want Demented on fucking
I
Sportswire.
I, I want it to be a great match because I'm not picking a winner here because I'm gonna just say they're all great matches, and I'm glad I'm not you, Rocky. This is exactly why
I'm gonna pick my winner. My pick is Demented.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sure?
That's my boy. That's my boy. Hell yeah! I got my.
I think
boys back
Devin
over.
Adams just posted something. He mentioned me in a comment.
Oh well,
Hold on. Who the fuck is BoJack Gris?
It's like Bojangles. You ever go to Bojangles?
I'm saying, is that
He's one of the new guys. I think he's on Facebook. I think he was on Facebook for a while.
I don't know why a promoter would book the end of
He
Steel's
does.
career.
He's done OPW. He's been in OPW. He's been in RPW, I believe, as well.
Now you said, right, Rocky, that you're looking for new talent, right? You said new talent.
I am. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Looking for new talent. Extra cheese. I don't know why the chat is having fun with sandwiches right now. And Anthony's stealing sandwiches. 2 nights premium. Are you sure you want this attention, Anthony Steele?
Listen. Parsley's just jealous. Parsley's jealous that I'm more over than he was. It's reminding him of his XCW days. You know, he tries to put in the work.
I don't know anything
he tries
about
to put in the work, but gets overlooked.
I don't know anything about that company. I don't know.
It's okay, Parsley. It's okay, Parsley. I'll give you some more limelight. I'll give you some more limelight here in the next couple of weeks.
I want to make sure we're always looking for new talent, though, right?
Always,
talent.
yeah, always, yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I definitely think that we should see new talent. I would love to see more names in TPW. I think that TPW.
I would like to hit that 60 mark or the 100 mark.
I need people to go hit a sub for Kyle Shelby, Universal Champions of Action. Get him more subs. I need my friends in Five Towns College to get more subs. FTC_esports, because there could be something coming down the pike. We got one of our stars here in our company. Let's get him to 420 subs. I don't do any 420 things related, but you can too by hitting a sub at Gaming Slam Zone 34. Gaming Slam Zone 34. Do it. Just do it. House of Rage Productions at 100. Get them to 101. Definitely do that. Just whatever you do, just make sure you hit the subs. Who else we got here? Also, Justin Parsley wants a ride. You don't need rides in TPW, though, right? You guys don't need rides, right? To go to wrestle.
This is all virtual. All virtual, done from your phone. You can do it from your couch.
Now, you guys should.
No excuses on why you can't show up at TPW.
This is great. I tell you what, this is great that you could go to this company and not need a ride. So if you're out there, you know, Kyle Shelby, maybe this is the company you need to be a home of. Steele versus Anthony is a money match. But, you know, I just want to confirm because I want to make sure this doesn't get too real. Rocky, you did say you want new talent, right? Would you?
Of course.
Doesn't matter where they come from, right?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And you would, would you be taking applications, resumes? How does this work?
Well, when people are interested, usually they just send a message to their profile. I'll ask them if they know what a promo is, and if they don't, I'll explain to them what it is. Or I'll send them examples because I have plenty of examples.
Mm-hmm. You want messages? Now you want direct messages, right? Direct
messages at first, and then like a phone call to really get to talk to the person. I like to really I love doing the phone calls. It's fun.
I tell you what, I got a great idea for you because you want a direct message. You want a line dropped? He wants to be here right now. In TPW, Mr. Brightside! Mr. Brightside! Mr. Brightside!
Conduct some business.
You're here! You want to be a pro wrestler! This is the owner! And what a coincidence! Anthony Steele's here! What a coincidence!
Oh, Anthony.
Oh my God! This is gonna get real!
I figured you would have reached out and, messaged me, sent me an invite, but you did. And I'll forgive you, even though it was a little late. But I'll be civil tonight. If you will be civil tonight, I feel we've said everything that we could have said, and I'm sure we both regret, the things we said. So we'll put it to rest just for tonight, huh? Sound fair? Because I'm I am interested in Ronald. I've never had the
Oh, he
pleasure.
said Ronald. It's getting real.
Oh,
That's
is that
Miss.
not his name?
That's Mr. Rocky to you.
Rocky?
Ronald, Rocky, Ron, Texas,
Hey,
Red, either one.
Ronald,
No,
I
no,
got
no,
this.
no.
I'll handle this.
My apologies, Rocky. It is a pleasure to meet you. It has been quite the entertaining.
Yeah, you better
show.
show him some fucking respect. You fucking.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Anthony, I thought we were going to be civil.
Oh,
Come on, we're bigger
good
than
thing,
that, aren't we?
Good thing you don't get paid for thinking.
Oh, if I did.
Oh, if you did, you'd be broke. But
well,
it's
don't
okay.
let me
It's okay.
interrupt, fellas. Where were we? Let's continue the conversation.
So
Don't
you
lie.
want to be a part of TPW? How cool! What a coincidence! I mean, how ironic! Anthony Steele's in TPW. You and Anthony Steele seem to be having this kind of civil discussion, civil war. They want to say we've got an owner here, and he wants direct lines. He wants messages dropped, and you've obviously decided to come here and tell the world that you want to be in the same place.
Well, I don't think you can look at wrestling and mention a promo without mentioning Mr. Brightside. I see. I don't make promos. I don't do promos. Right?
you don't?
I am the promo.
Well, we have 47 other people on that roster for you to make a promo against.
Well, line them up and I will knock them down as verbally as I know how.
And counting.
So where is this TBW?
Right on Instagram.
It's virtual. You don't even have to leave your house. This is great, Mr. Brightside. I mean, think about it. How many matches could you and Anthony Steele have in the promo world? It'd be amazing. Think about it. We could do a best of 7. We could do best out of 5.
Best of 7. Yeah, best of 5.
Amazing.
3. Hell in a Cell. We could do all types of stipulations.
I mean, you guys could be having matches for a year. In fact, you could be Anthony Steele's one of his final opponents. Even you could retire him in the promo world. Who knows?
You know, the one thing I'm gonna regret about this whole thing with Anthony is because for the rest of time, I will be constantly reminded of his name. Of course, they'll be mentioning, you know, how he was on the mat staring up at me. But I have to hear that name for the rest of my life. But
I mean, if you let history tell itself, I mean, you were looking at me not once, not twice, but 3 times in one night. So I mean,
let's just say this. When it comes to the promo world, all that history before means nothing in TPW.
Well, Rocky, I'll tell you what. I am a very generous man. How about this? I will make you a little deal. How about you pick anybody in any roster you would like to go face to face, just like this, with Mr. Brightside, and we will see how the promo battle goes.
I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Just make sure to follow me on Instagram so I could
Mr. Brightside isn't on Instagram, but I'll make sure he has your information. Don't you worry. I'll personally, Mr. Brightside, you've obviously been so generous tonight. You're a busy man, I know. Obviously, I will make sure that you get in touch with Mr. Rocky here, and we'll make sure you're a part of that roster. And if anyone else wants to, I'll personally make sure you can join the roster free of charge, and we'll take care of the shipping and handling terms for sure. But obviously, unbelievable here that you have now wanting to join the same company that Anthony Steele works for. I mean, just
of course, everyone wants to ride
Steele.
I even hear Kyle Shelby wants to join this company now.
Wow. Well, bring him on in.
Shelby wants to join. Yeah, he's saying he wants to join. That he would join the promo world.
Bring him on in. We can talk some information.
I don't know if he's joining the stream, but he might. I mean, listen, everybody's seeing, you know what? If Anthony Steele, maybe, Anthony, you do have some enemies out there. Maybe they want to make it their mission to try to retire you in the promo world.
Keyword try. Try.
But we'll say before I gotta give a plug. I promised I would do it because she's here right now, and the poor girl's on a lunch break or work break. Dakota Riley, who works in the same company as Anthony Steele, she's closing in on 500 subscribers. She's 49 away. Go give her a sub. Dakota Riley _25. She does a lot of work. She's training to be a wrestler. She does interview work. She's behind the scenes. Just do me a favor. Go give her a follow. Dakota Riley _25.
Dakota, when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do my interview?
You're here every day. You do every day.
You sit here, you come at me saying you're gonna wrestle me. When are you gonna do my interview for your show? Let me know
She's
that.
here in prime time. That's what. Listen, go follow her page and shout out to my buddy Big Tex. By the way, Mr. Brightside, there's a guy that apparently you've been paying attention to in another state. His name is Big Effin' Tex. And you want to say hello to him?
Hi, Big. Oh, what? Oh, man. Tom. Just to be as real as I can. That man. I watched the entire Tom Bryce, the Sportswire with Big Effin' Tex. That man has so much heart. So much heart. It would have pulled on the one that I would have had if it's in there. But oh man, he is the epitome of what face little breaking a fourth wall is to be in this business. And Big Tex, now that you're watching, oh, you're a good man. Stay a good man, because that's how you are going to be the best.
Rocky, he's training already for TPW. You could see it. They're all here tonight. Everybody's coming in here. They all want a piece of TPW. They all want to join. They all want to come on down. It's like Bob Barker, The Price is Right. Come on down.
Yeah, I will. Come on down.
Price is Right. I love that show.
It's all coming to fruition. Anthony Steele, maybe you shouldn't have came on tonight. Maybe those brethrens of yours like Justin Parsley and IMF, maybe they were right because they said you shouldn't have came on tonight.
No, don't say that, Tom. Make them come on. Help out TPW.
They were saying it though. They were saying
I would rather them. I'd rather them come to TPW so I could prove to them everything I've been saying, that they can't handle me on the mic, especially Mr. Justin Parsley, and Brightside now. So Brightside, I'll have my people get a hold of your people, so that way I can hook you up with Rocky. And you'll never know. Maybe you'll see me in TPW. Maybe me and you go one-on-one. Wait,
I got another one. Rocky, I can't let you go yet because my friend Big Tex, he's a well-established man, and he just said this. I feel like TPW might need a sheriff, and get this, because this is all virtual in the promo world. Maybe I could have my friend contact you and drop you a line because he's a pretty big guy and he would maybe like to join this promo world you have.
Big Tex, Texas do need a sheriff.
He's Texas. He's Big Effin' Tex. He's Big Effin' Tex.
Come on down there, Texas Promo Wrestling.
And he's even got guess what? He's got an Instagram page.
That's even better. You got an Instagram, but you're already halfway there.
What he does? Look at this. Can you imagine him? Did you imagine him in the promo world? Oh my God! Mr. Nice, I might even walk away. Sign him up. Well, I'll make sure of that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing there. Don't you worry about a thing.
That is a lot of man. And
is that Omen's brother? Is that Omen's brother?
No, Omen Black is your company. He's in a company that you probably
that's a lot of man.
May not be able to show up to yet, but let's just leave it at that. But obviously TPW's got his doors. I hope you can handle this, Rocky. 60, 70 people, maybe.
I can handle it, man. With the mindset that I have for this company, I can handle it. God knows how long this is going to take, right? I want to make TPW an actual business.
Right now.
I'm not. Why does everyone think I'm upset? I'm just listening. I'm listening. I welcome everybody. I keep saying it. I've told Rocky this 4 years prior. I welcome anybody.
You should. But what about Brightside? Brightside's here. I mean, how are you guys going to dress together in a locker room? How are you guys going to be?
Oh, you saw how that worked out before.
Yeah, you're getting launched across a gymnasium. That's how it works.
Yeah.
What if Sean Covey wants to join even?
I love Sean.
Rocky,
Everyone's welcome.
you gotta see that video. You got to see that video of Brightside getting launched.
No,
Anthony,
well,
Anthony,
I mean,
Anthony, really quick. It's just the more you think that you're overcoming Mr. Brightside, I would think again, because they're.
I understand. You're like a cockroach. I thought I killed you, but then you fucking keep
no,
coming back.
he's not a cockroach.
Now I'm only unpredictable to you, to Tom, to Rocky, to the world.
You're not
But
unpredictable.
I am not unpredictable to myself. See, I'm very calculated. There's a reason is that I attack you the way you do. It shows me what you'll do.
Now wait a minute. Now before we do anything, two things. B Smooth's in the house. Shout out to B Smooth.
B.
Brightside and Anthony Steele work in the IMF. You have to give us up to the IMF. IMF Wrestling is a lot of right now. Do me a favor, please sub to the IMF. They've been so gracious over the years, and if I don't give them a plug, then I can be launched off Sportswire. But I actually do want to retire. Rocky, you can take over. But the point is that I'll retire, you take over. But IMF Wrestling. But B Smooth seems to have an opportunity for Mr. Brightside. I have no idea what that is, but Nathaniel Rage says now, I want to introduce myself. There you go. The doors have been open.
Mr. Brightside, Nathaniel Rage. He's one of the up and comers here in TPW, and you'll get to experience him soon. Now that you've joined the roster.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Oh, you already joined, Mr. Brightside. You already joined. I was fast.
Isn't that weird, huh? First WC, the small little pond, and then all of a sudden IMF throwing me in with their inaugural Midwestern Championship, and now I get this invite. I must be doing my job.
And Mr. Brightside, since you've been so generous, and I don't want to be launched, and I don't want to certainly be in the crosshairs of you, good sir.
I was gonna say it, but I knew you were getting to it.
And I gotta make sure he's got a YouTube page. You want to find out why he is the most unpredictable man in wrestling, or maybe the unpredictable man in the world? Go out there, Mr. Brightside, He's got 282 subscribers. So if you're here right now, you want to find out who he is, all you have to do, I'm looking at his page right now. I've made it so easy for you. Mr. Brightside, I'm going to go like this, right? Mr. Brightside, I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody. I want to make your life even more easier. All you have to do is go right there to that YouTube page. Go out there. Hit the sub button for Mr. Brightside. Just do it. I'm telling you, I want to see more subs for Mr. Brightside. I'm telling you, this guy, if he's in TPW, just tread very, very lightly. And Anthony Steele's already treading very lightly, even more than he's ever had in his career.
I say this right now, Anthony, just for anyone in TPW. It's going to be harder now to win a championship in TPW than it has been before. And anytime.
And CPF now wants to get involved. They want to sign Mr. Brightside. So much for the guy being a small fish in a small pond. Mr. Brightside, they want you everywhere.
Why wouldn't they? It was only a matter of time, Tom.
They offered you one, though.
See, here's the thing is, Brandon, now that you're in here, or B, whichever one you want to go by nowadays. Let me repeat myself, because obviously you missed the announcement.
Obviously, we all saw that coming.
Rocky gave me the authority to pick my first opponent back inside TPW. You are that guy, and we're going to run it back the first time that we ever faced. And that is, you get on a live, I get on a live, Rocky gets on a live, and he watches me annihilate you for 1, 2, maybe 3 fucking rounds. And Mr. Brightside, I'm gonna leave you with this. You can come into TPW, you can talk your shit, you can make your little vignettes or run your mouth about the same shit people said to me for years. But the thing that you need to worry about the most isn't talking, it's action. And come January, there's going to be a lot of action between me and you. And when I show the world Kodak Kid, then Mr. Brightside is going to be irrelevant, like WCE. Because once you take Mr. Brightside out of the equation, once you take Sean Jovi out of the equation, which I'm going to take him out in 2 weeks' time, WCE isn't going to be a small pawn. It's basically going to be a glory hole because they're going to be fucked.
Ooh.
Well, we're a family station. We're not going to go down that road. That might be an episode for Gunshot.
But Brightside, I welcome you to anything. I'll give you my personal connections if you want them. But just know, once you step in my realm, it's not the same. You don't have people to back you up. And there's very few people that actually like me inside the doors of TPW. Very, very slim few.
What else is new, Anthony? What else is new, Anthony?
I mean, that's what I'm notorious for. But at the same
how
time,
you made your name.
You're right. Controversy at its finest.
It's all your name is.
Controversy at its finest.
Yeah, and I've had to do a lot of work because of that.
That's true. Good point.
You know what, Anthony? I'm not even gonna respond to the shallow cheap shots because you've thrown yours and I've thrown mine. But there is one thing I will respond with before the show goes off the air. You said that you're gonna make me irrelevant. It is something that's out of your control. It's out of my control at this point. In 10 minutes that I've been on here, I have made more of a name to be remembered than you could ever imagine. It's out of our control. Even if you take me down, you kill me, you take me down, you show the world, Kodak Kid, you can't make me irrelevant. I am forever.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? It is just, this was one for the ages. You know, Rocky, this was a quiet evening. We're having a quiet fireside chat.
Oh, yeah.
Evening. And then all of a sudden, Anthony Steele shows up and he declares to the world that he's been TPW and he wants this and he wants that. And everybody else in the wrestling world comes in. And unexpectedly, we have the most unpredictable man, Mr. Brightside, that's here. And it just, utter chaos descends. Utter chaos descends here. And it turns into now everybody wants a part of TPW and everybody wants this person and that person. And, it's just, to me, this is certainly the most unpredictable show. And this TPW could be the most unpredictable company in history now. And speaking of even more people that might even want to be a part of TPW, the hardcore gamer, Barry Gutman, who's here now. And maybe even he wants it. Brooklyn's Bone, Barry Gutman, could be coming in. He can, instead of be talking about Super Smash Brothers and Fortnite, could be dropping a line or two on, who knows, Mr. Brightside, Be Smooth. He could be dropping a line on AJ Storm. He could be going on Nathaniel Rage, Gunshot, Chase Sullivan. But while you're at it, he's got a YouTube page. He's trying to get to 50 subs. He and I go way back in the time machine, and I'm going to make this real simple. He's at 43 subs. Get him to 50. I got a bunch of people. I put his YouTube link in the description. Go out there, hit a sub for him. He is a Barry Gutman. He very well could be even him in TPW. Could you imagine, Rocky, a game streamer then goes to, all of a sudden he goes to political campaigner, the game streamer, to all of a sudden promo champion. It writes itself out. It could be one of the greatest stories in history. I mean, forget about John Travolta's comeback. Forget about Sylvester Stallone's comeback in the 90s. Forget about Keanu Reeves coming back. Forget about Lindsay Lohan's comeback. I mean, they could be all of a sudden talking about Barry Gutman and Anthony Steele in a promo match with Mr. Brightside as the special referee. Oh, my God, it's unpredictable at Sportzwire. I mean, listen, Rocky, I know you got to run. Is there anything else that you want to say here before we let you go to obviously getting ready to those hype matches, those match promos, and waiting to see who else is coming to TPW? Because your inbox must now be flooded, and I know you got to get to it. So anything else you want to say here, sir?
Expect the unexpected here at TPW. We're a different type of greatness here at TPW, and I can guarantee you that.
Well, that's certainly why I want everybody to go hit a sub. But you know, Barry, you just got another sub. Now you got to do me a favor because you're going to go to TPW. You're going to join the roster and join Anthony Steele. Maybe you'll be his bodyguard because you're so big. You did it for David Rogan, Senator Marty Golden. I think you did it for one day. He certainly could have needed because he certainly needed those driving skills to be improved upon. But that's a different show for a different time. That's the Instagram page, Texas_promo_wrestling. Do me a favor. Go out there and go follow TPW. Just do it, whatever you can, and see those inboxes. Anthony Steele, before I let Mr. Brightside say anything, Mr. Brightside, I'm going to you last. Is there anything else you want to say, Anthony? Because, boy, your detractors look like they're joining you now in TPW.
Hey, look. I'll say
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
Really?
Brightside, that means Omen Black. That means Justin Parsley.
And James Taylor, even?
James Taylor.
Especially James.
Like, see, I love competition. I love competition. And
You
if you want to be civil, hey, Brightside, you want to be civil a little bit. Here, let me break kayfabe for a minute. Outside of the wrestling world, Brightside, I like the way he does things. I like the way he goes about certain things. Now on screen, I can't wait to get my hands on him. But outside of this, dude, he's a chill dude. I fuck with his talent. He's very inventive with his product, and no joking when I say this. Real recognizes real, Brightside, and you're a real one. But to the boys in TPW, to the ladies in TPW, to anybody that steps foot in TPW, 2025 is going to be one hell of a year for me. It's going to be one hell of a year for y'all, and I can't wait to come back, lock it up with a couple of old guys I have, some of the new ones, and hopefully teach some of the new guys a couple things that all the others haven't yet. And I can't wait for it. 2025 is literally less than a month away, and it is going to be one of the best fucking things I've ever done, and I can't wait to see what transpires.
Oh, I would love to see wrestlers like Big Tex and Kyle Shelby joining TPW and having wars.
All welcome.
We want them all. Want them all over. They don't even have to leave. They have to make the 9-hour travel, the 16-hour
I can take on everyone.
I tell you what, Rocky, the doors have been open like never before, and I don't even know. I'm so glad I'm not in the promo world. Rocky, I'm going to make it official. I am not joining the promo world because I just want to stay here in this chair.
You are welcome to join. I encourage it.
I am not joining, but I'm going to have you here at Sportswire, and I'm going to put TPW. Guess what? Next month, I'm going to put TPW in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. You want to know?
Yeah, look at that.
That means, you know what?
Hey.
That means, and guess what? That means Mr. Brightside, my friend Mr. Brightside's going in the Hall of Fame too.
That means 6 for me.
But that means Mr. Brightside's in the Hall of Fame with you, Anthony.
Hey, first promo company on Sportswire to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Mr. Brightside, you got the floor. You're going to end this show tonight because, boy, it's a Donnybrook on Sportswire. Mr. Brightside, take it away. Take it away, my friend. Take it away.
Well, first off, I must say, Tom, you said you're not a promo guy. Come on.
No, sir.
No. You are a promo guy. You know.
Mr. Brightside, I want you to do my eulogy. I'll tell you what, when I die, when I retire on Sportswire, you can do my eulogy. But continue, sir.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Thank you very much.
You got to explain it to your family, though.
They would love me. They would like to take my bank account. Let me just put it that way. Let's put it that way.
Thank
they
you.
actually would, but continue, Mr. Brightside.
Thank you for allowing me to do what I do on your platform. Rocky, yes, I appreciate the invite, and I have a great respect for the idea that you have, that you enhance and emphasize the talent and the skill and the effort and the commitment it takes to actually just do one promo. Just do one that actually means something in here, that makes people think in here. I applaud you. If I wasn't holding a phone, I would clap my hands, but I can't.
It's okay.
Mr.
Yeah.
Brightside, just to let you know, you could have definitely been one of the characters in the movie I saw yesterday called the Y2K movie. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I am a character, but
You should see that movie when you're not talking about Anthony Steele. But a couple of things before we go. Brightside is the best character work in underground and promo wrestling at the moment. Don't sleep, but we're not going to go there with that. But I have something for Mr. Parsley real soon. Mr. Steele, I know you boys are sinners, but I know something about Mr. Parsley that's going to come to fruition real soon. I'm just saying. You'll be surprised.
I know something about Mr. Parsley.
And that is he's going to be the next person to join TPW. Is that it?
I am going to make that into my power, but there's something else that even Mr. Steele has no idea about this one. None of his brethren in the IMF know about. None of them. Let's move on now. Why is the Duke of Kyle Shelby wants pizza? That's why. But Kyle will be on Sportswire maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Okay, Anthony, you're doing one. You got an interview now. Yeah, you are doing an interview right now. That's the point. Okay, I think I got the point. Also, Dakota's having a good time. Sub to everybody's YouTube pages. If you want to like the show tonight, hit the like button for me.
Tom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hate to intrude, and I understand we're trying to get off, but I thanked Rocky. There's still one more man I need to address really quick.
You can do that.
Anthony, I will make it short and sweet. I will take the kayfabe away. This is the honest, real truth. I don't like you.
Oh, you don't?
I haven't liked you. And I don't respect you. But at the end of this all, when it's all said and done, I really, really hope I do. Because you deserve it. You just haven't earned it in my eyes yet. But at the end of the day, if we can shake it off, go our separate ways. I hope for that.
Well, you know what? I certainly will say hope springs eternal. This has been one for the ages. Let's just say the first half of the show was, let's just say, a fireside chat. The second half turned into basically a retro Sportswire radio episode. But you know what? I learned one thing tonight. I learned one thing before we sign off. And it's actually not similar to those retro shows. Is that maybe a door has been opened. Maybe a door has been opened between.
Definitely.
Maybe it has, and maybe we'll see more crossovers. Maybe we'll see.
I would love for that. I would kill for that.
And the forbidden door has been open, and I think that there's going to be some people that run right through it. And the only way you can follow all of it is Texas_promo_wrestling. If you are here tonight, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Go out there. Hit a sub button for me. I would give you all my subs, but unfortunately I can't. Mr. Brightside, I would give you all my subs, but I can't do that legally. So just give me another one or two. Kyle Shelby did say that he's strictly a wrestling wrestler. If you want to see me, he's not doing promos, but he'll say that he'll do push-ups. Thank you, Zilla, for your kind words. Thank you, Dakota, for being here. Go sub to Dakota's page. I put it in the description. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all wrestling matters. We are joined here by Mr. Brightside, the most unpredictable man in all of wrestling. Anthony Steele, soon to be 6-time Hall of Famer, alongside Mr. Brightside, soon to be Hall of Famer next month. He is the IMF US champion for now, and he's also back in TPW in the 2025 retirement tour. And we're here behind the a man who's doing a better job in the promo world than Tony Khan is doing for AEW. His name is Texas Rocky, a.k.a. Ronald, the owner of TPW. Let's get him off the air because he's got a lot of matches to look forward to, and the poor guy does need to get some sleep. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, as I stated, figuratively and literally, where all wrestling really does matter. Have a great night, everybody, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station that is Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters. Thank you, Kyle, for your support. Go follow his YouTube channel, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great night.